we're live. You should be able to log in and check it out, Diamond. Make sure I have that set here as well.
So what happened the last 2 sessions? Did we start a war yet? Did we end the war yet?
So,
Yes.
We prepped for the war.
Trapped. What's going
We're
on?
about to go.
yeah, that's what's happening right now. Everybody's about to leave. Everybody's gathering. Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Oh, shit. Wait, but what happened while I was gone?
Everybody's gathering.
A lot of stuff.
We got VODs. You can check. They did all the side missions in order to get more troops. So, I mean, I could elaborate.
Yeah,
I think you were here for a bunch of it. Like setting fire to the farm, that was one of them.
Oh yeah.
There was Tirthani. He demanded 10 iron swords, which is like a king's ransom. But eventually the party was able to blackmail him by talking to his butler and finding out that he's actually running a pretty shoddy counterfeit merchandise operation.
Wait,
Hello.
Welcome. We're
Sorry I'm late.
filling Sia in a little bit. He was asking what he missed.
Lots of stuff.
So I was describing some of the side missions you guys did.
Wait, is Korea's going to be joining?
I hope so. Let me send out the word. It's time.
I got delayed having to clean diapers.
Yay. Don't get that on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta figure out how to mute this.
Who, me? Really?
No, Ninja Stream.
If you go on your browser to the top right, you can click the little microphone, and it'll mute just that tab, so it won't echo for you.
I'm on my phone.
I don't know if there's a way to do it on your phone. I haven't tried. I don't use Twitch on my phone. It eats too much bandwidth.
I think you can go on in your app settings and turn the volume off.
Yeah, maybe.
Like turn off its access to your speakers or something. It's kind of a blunt force instrument, but it'll work.
I need to update my Google spreadsheet thing, Ninja, because my most updated character sheet is on tabletop.
Oh, nothing is working. Okay.
What do you mean?
None of the walls are working for me. I gotta relog back in.
I might have to just reload the whole table. That's been a problem on this scripted table for a while now. Might just wait until everybody logs in and then I'll reload it.
I see all the buttons, like, really big floating. Yeah.
I get it. That's the thing. I'll fix it by reloading the table once everybody logs in. For some reason, if I preload the table, it doesn't initialize the scripts properly for you guys, I guess. So if you get in here and then I load the table, it works fine.
Yeah.
Hell, I probably could have just started on a regular round table, just for easy loading.
Yeah. Tis what it is.
I'm on, but it doesn't say I'm on.
Now, Krius is saying, "Hey Ninja, I am stuck at work tonight. I won't be done till 10-ish and still need to drive back. Sorry about that." So he might be here for the last hour, if anything. Well. Give Caster a promo, and I'll reload the table.
I'm not even in. It's still white screen for me.
Alright, well, it's going to reload now, so it'll either kick you or fix it.
Yeah, fix it, and
Now I'm
everything
loading.
loaded super fast.
Now I'm loaded.
It sounds like some industrial
Table
music in the
is very
background.
Nice. Oh, I still see all the buttons floating though. Okay, there you go. Now kick me out.
Caster, you've got some weird background music.
That is not background music. That's just me shaking my head.
Now, it really sounds like a dude in the distance
Yeah,
hammering
yeah.
on a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
He's really got his shot. He's been hammering for a while.
You got something going in your background, Caster. Whether it's your real life background or your computer, there's something going on.
How's that?
I mean, it's not too annoying. It's got a pretty good beat to it. I listen to a lot of music that sounds like that. And then everyone was gone. Well, reloading the table didn't seem to work out as I had hoped.
No.
Sometimes it kicks everybody. I'm not sure why.
Because it hates us.
Mm.
All right, I figured it out. I just muted my media volume, and all I have is the info volume.
Nice. Good job.
Awesome. All my stuff is still on the table.
I'm just gonna mute Caster till that's done. Because that is crazy annoying
What's
in my
done?
headset.
Sounds kind of like a racing
He's
game.
shaking my head.
Yeah, it just
It
has
is
like
not
this
shaking
shaky
your head.
Now, it definitely sounds like a racing game. You can hear the engine going like.
And I hear somebody hitting like a piece of tin with a.
What the fuck it is?
If you guys think that's annoying, try living with tinnitus.
No, do you just hear a ringing all the time?
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it eventually. You can actually just, block it out subconsciously.
Well, it's even worse. It is my computer fans. I cannot stop it.
Oh, computer fans, huh? So if you go into the Discord,
Yeah, you
Discord
should be able to
options,
knock out background.
you go into the voice and video, and there's a thing for that. Noise
That's the
suppression.
thing, my
Have
my
you tried
head,
turning on advanced noise
my,
suppression?
It is like being on tabletop.
No. If you go into Discord and you go into the options and then you go down to voice and video, there's a thing called noise suppression. It's right under advanced. You got to scroll down a little bit. It's underneath the video setting thing.
Oh shit. Oh, how's that? That work?
Nope.
I still hear it. Did you hit the escape button and go back?
Shit. Did I? No, it's on.
It's
It
on.
shows it's on. Noise reduction.
Could you do push to
Noise
talk?
suppression.
Let me restart my computer.
The table loaded up for me properly.
I don't know. There's a bunch of options here. There's noise suppression. There's echo cancellation, noise reduction. I have noise reduction turned on because I have a bunch of noisy fans around me as well.
Apparently, you can have noise suppression or noise reduction, but not both.
Yeah, I don't have noise suppression turned on, but I do have noise reduction turned on.
I have noise suppression turned on, so we'll see if you guys can still hear my kids come tell me night night later.
So long. Do you still see giant buttons right now?
I'm just loading and I just see white. White everywhere.
If it helps any long, it loaded. The table did load
I
properly for me
I
this
don't
time.
think I see any large buttons, but the table's still loading, so we'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. You should be done. You don't even have a ping.
Well, I mean, he might not have an RTX 2010.
I don't get it. A ping. Like the numbers next to his name. He doesn't have anything. It's a mystery.
Well, that's probably because his graphics card is shit.
Nah.
Same as mine.
Nah, it's got nothing to do with that. It's all about internet
Alright, now
connection
load.
speed. It's the number that it reads next to your name is the milliseconds of time it takes for the data packets to be bounced back and forth between him and my computer here.
Do I have data packets now?
Yeah, now you do.
You
126.
guys don't have GTX's 3070s?
No, I have a 1060.
Right. I gotta give him headphones for that.
I have a 6 GB 1060 from like 2014.
Well, I can tell you, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
a little jealous.
I have to put my fans on max settings for about like 30 minutes and she'll be back to normal after them.
I like to just
I
like to
wait,
just
like,
air
That's the
condition the
problem.
shit out of my room, and then my fans don't have to work as hard. Like my AC is set to max when this game is running.
I have 4 fans in my room.
And it counteracts the heat that my computer puts off.
Oh, it's off.
Oh,
You
perfect.
guys hear anything?
Nothing. Perfect audio.
Okay, good.
Yay.
I'll
Man,
see
you
how
gotta
long
get,
this lasts.
You should get some of that soundproofing.
It's fun.
It's not that expensive. It's like, I don't know, like, well, I guess it's like $10 a square foot.
Yeah, it only started acting like this after I played like 3 days straight of Monster Hunter Stories.
You might just need to dust it out. Have you dusted your computer out in a while?
Yeah. I haven't done them in like a few months.
Do you have an air compressor? Because that makes it real easy.
I do, but I don't know how to turn the thing on. I usually just do. Oh, never mind. I do know how to turn on.
So, like, if you get an air compressor like you'd use to pump up a bike tire or a car tire, you can get, like, a little adapter for the end of it that, like, it's got, like, a button you can push that allows air through it. And so the air compressor will build up, like, 60 PSI, and then you just point the nozzle into your computer and you hit the little button, and it'll give, like, a really strong spray of air. It's exactly like the little canned air that you can buy to clean out your keyboard and shit, but you don't spend a bunch of money on canned air because it's like you just plug in the compressor and it does it for you. So then you
Okay,
just
that.
spray the shit out of your computer and it'll push all of the dust out of every nook and cranny of your computer. And then you can go in with like a paper towel or something and just try to like clean off your fans, and that'll make them run silky smooth again. And that'll make your computer run great for
That's-
months and months.
That's the thing.
Yes.
I can't go inside. I can't go inside of my fans unless I need like it to be forcefully opened by like someone to clean it.
Is the laptop?
After, yeah, it's a laptop.
Yeah, I have a desktop computer. It's easier to clean. I don't know how they do it for
Now,
laptops.
see, what you can do is you can get yourself there's like a laptop stand, and it actually has a built-in fan into it, so it'll actually help cool your laptop as well.
Yeah, I just sprayed it in like a few times. It should be good now.
All right.
Once if it starts heating up again, then it'll probably go back to normal by then.
Get you
It's a
up
bit too
about
cold.
there. Those of you watching on stream, you got a good view of the city now?
Can I get a stream link?
Nah, yeah, I'll get you the stream link if
No.
you don't got it. Don't I have that pinned or something?
I've
Absolutely.
already been in the stream as soon as you booted it up.
Okay.
Very good, very good. All right, there's the stream link. Let me go and pin that message. Oh yeah, pin it. Kool-Aid Man says pin it. All right,
Is it
guys.
sponsored?
Sponsored by Kool-Aid. All right, so here we are.
It's got what plants grade.
Where we last left off, you were finishing preparations for the war effort. You'd secured every last troop you could possibly secure from every corner of the city, from every faction you could twist their arm and finagle some sort of debt owed to where you could get more of your troops. And now is the day. So, let's see here.
We are stacked. We got this.
It's another
No,
army versus an
I'm-
army.
I actually failed in getting more druids because I didn't realize that there are no druids tending the gardens.
What you did get is a bunch of rats, Diamond. You got a bunch of rats. Do you want to bring your rats with you?
How many rats are we talking about?
Okay, well, many days ago when you were still a slave in the slave pens, you befriended a rat. And you commanded
my
that rat
God.
to go make other rat friends in the kitchen area where the food was plentiful. And the rat buddy of yours went off and he met a rat lady, and that rat lady had many rat children, and so now you have these 8 rats at your service here.
Diamond the
I
rat.
have
King.
an idea that I can use for those rats. I know that this is going to be like a big battle, but I know that this war isn't going to be decided in a day, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send those rats to infiltrate the enemy's camps whenever they set up camp when they're not fighting, to get into their food supplies.
Mm.
Ooh, that's
Interesting
Shit
plan.
all over it, yeah.
yeah, shit all over. Shit in the water. Eat all the food. Get them
Fall in
poisoned.
their mouths while they're sleeping and suffocate them in their sleep.
All right, I'm gonna move all these figurines over into your area here, Diamond. And everybody else should grab your figurines and move them off to your area, your little colored area off to the side of the board, your sideboard area.
Cyborgs.
Creus
the
is
likelihood of
Grimorn. What color is Creus?
What is the likelihood of one of us dying?
Is Grimorn red? I forget.
There he is.
I think he was.
Because
Yeah,
I put
yeah, his initiative is over here.
I put purple for soul.
I'm purple.
Yeah, you're purple. You sound like a purple guy.
The man behind the slide.
You sound like a purple
Purple
guy.
Somebody's got synesthesia. All right, so
Did I also stuff kids inside of animatronics?
all right, I think I've got everything off this table. I am going to pack it. Packing zone. And then,
I got my own personal shop
There it
over
goes.
here.
all right. Okay.
Wait, what about my giant lizard, my Enix? What about Skip?
Oh,
I killed him.
I don't think he was on that table. I think. And what happened to that? It's a good question.
Yeah,
You made him
spawn
into a flat dinosaur.
We can just
You-
spawn
you
him in
mean
all
the-
one.
You mean the squash Edmontosaurus?
Yes.
Where's my bag
We
of
can just
dinos?
spawn like I said, another one, and then we can squish it all down.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm digging in the bag for it right now.
The dude, the dinosaur is just the thinnest dinosaur you've ever seen, canonically.
Canonically, flat man.
I wonder if there's a better one than that. Let me see here.
Its dinosaur name is Platypus.
Hey yo, can I have my Enix eat dead bodies to get it food?
Oh god. Oh no.
Can't find any dead bodies.
There's gonna be a battlefield. There's gonna be plenty of dead bodies.
I
mean,
don't think you understand that we're not reaching the battlefield for a few days.
Well, I'll just have them eat me.
You're
Gonna
gonna-
have them eat you?
Vor.
oh god.
Ew.
Oh.
Okay, one flat dino coming up. I'm just gonna put him right here in front of purple for now.
No, did you change it to a Pachycephalosaurus?
Yeah. All right. Now to find the map. Map.
Sorry about that.
Got a good old fire tuck on the field now.
Why do you get so dark all of a sudden?
Bunch of figurines to load.
Wait, hold up. I'll be back. Someone's calling me.
No, make them
Alright.
stop.
Look at that. So this is what I just spent like the last hour and a half preparing. You have troops. I didn't want to put a bazillion figurines on the board, so many of these are stacks with an area to designate where the troops are. So this is like 10 spearmen, 10 spearmen, 10 spearmen, 10 of Turloff's guardsmen, 10 Tirthani regulars, or irregulars, I should say. I did
Really?
Alright, I'm back.
I did single out some of them. The gladiators are singled out, and the Templars are singled out. So, as the
Quick, somebody look up old historical battlefield moments.
You want to strategize? I have a map for you too. You were provided with this map. You can see the city of Tyr here, and you're gonna have to camp everywhere the X is marked. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like 10 days out there. And
Wait, how much would that-
you're bringing enough supplies to feed this army for 2 weeks, which means you're gonna need to pick up some food from a stopover point somewhere along the way, or defeat some enemies that have supplies that you can take with you, or not spend too long on this trip. However, it has to be done. You have to make those supplies last.
how much will 2 weeks of Onyx food cost?
We can just eat him.
We're not
Just eat Onyx.
we're not eating Skip. We are not eating Skip.
If the thing calls for it, yes.
No, no. How fast can Skip run? 30. Well, he can like 40, 30 feet, right?
Is it here? Animal feed. Animal feed. I don't see animal feed on the list, but you would probably just go to the D&D item list and pay the amount that, feeding a horse would cost. I think it's like a copper a day or something like that. It's not much.
It's like
Well, it's a lizard, so it's a large carnivore.
Yeah, anything larger is going to need more than a medium creature, so like double it. Like 2 copper a day.
Don't you have the list of how much food and water anything needs, unless it has special rules?
Yeah, somewhere. Not on my fingertips right now.
So
So,
2 copper for each day.
go to the
So
book
what would
here.
the Dark Sun equivalent be for 2 copper?
like
So a gold is a ceramic piece, and then under that is a bit, which would be like a
Which
silver.
is silver and
And under that is beads. So you're talking 2 beads
for 1 day.
for 1 day.
So 2.
So
20 beads for 10 weeks for 10 days.
Mhm.
But that was also the trip back. So, like, will 5 bits do?
I mean, you still have to keep track of it, and you have to put it somewhere, and it's going
5
to weigh
bits.
a bunch of weight.
5 bits would be 25 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would be 50 beads, and it's half that. So
And that would be, was it 4 pounds a day for this thing? So it'd be 100 pounds of weight to account for.
However, for carrying capacity, you can store things on the Giga Wagon, which has ample space to store everything. And the Templars are masters of storing things and accounting for things. They are the quartermasters, and so they're on the wagon, making sure all the supplies are accounted for.
The Giga Wagon?
The Giga Wagon. It is an enormous wagon pulled by 2 huge mechalots.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Each
zoom
of
in
those
here.
things
we
can
could
fill, was it 10,000 pounds? So this Giga Wagon, fully loaded, could weigh a maximum of 20,000 pounds.
Yeah, it could be huge.
So it would be 10 tons.
Which member of our party is an Urkite?
Rensa.
Yo,
psycho.
yeah.
Okay, so Traxxas would ask our Urkite ally, what kind
Rensa.
of Rensa Traxxas would ask Rensa, what kind of animals would the Urkites have access to that they might think to bring to this battle?
Oh, the same that's available in Tier. I mean, Uruk's not that far away. The environment's relatively similar. They've got access to Inix and Melicots and Erdlu, just like anyone else in Tier.
Hold up. Someone's calling me.
They do have access to very well-trained fighting Jakar. My father actually is a Jakar breeder and has trained many, many score of them for the army.
Oh.
I see.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a few that I helped raise.
Well, these Jakar are like pack animals, correct? They have a pack
No,
mentality of
they're
sorts.
like Daggermaw. They're like Daggermaw, but Daggermaw's kind of a runt, so they're bigger than Daggermaw.
I see.
So basically, it's just a want.
Damn. They're calling me because apparently since they missed last session, they scheduled it to Wednesday, but I already have one planned Wednesday. They didn't tell me this, so now I'm just here. They
2 games on the
rescheduled it
same
Ninja.
day. Oh no.
at the exact same time too. That's a
Well,
and they didn't
you
tell
know
me
that this game is the better game, so.
this. Wow. Shots fired.
Hey Ninja, could you make some secret rolls for me?
Sure thing. What do you
I'm
want?
on the lookout for more snakes.
Oh
The
my
animal
god.
snake.
I hope this time you don't get beat up by a fucking half giant.
What's your survival mod,
7
Diamond?
of them. 7
Um,
giants.
It should be right on my character sheet, which is on.
I'm looking at right now for you. It's 5.
All right, so let's see.
Ninja, on account of this being a war, can I use every spell at my disposal?
No.
Everybody
because you
here
still use-
will kill a defiler if they see one. Everybody.
Yeah.
You can't
Everybody.
even use spells. Oh
I
my
can't.
god.
I can't use half my spells.
Yeah, you have to be super sneaky using arcane magic, or you're dead.
Yes. Of
Life of a spell.
300 people. Hopefully they don't
Well,
see
I mean-
you.
We could just say that you're not a desecrator, but a what is the other the flip side?
Preserver, but
A
yeah, no, that's not gonna
preserver.
fly. If you recall, that one senator demanded a trial to murder any preservers, like even that were involved in the revolution that brought down Kalik. They don't care if you're a good guy. If you're a spellcaster, they want you dead.
Unless you're a nature
I'll be
or cleric.
Yeah.
bastard.
During this, I'm gonna have to find a lot of snakes.
I mean, it's gonna be easy to find snakes. We're literally in the desert.
Okay, well, not yet, not yet. All right, so even though I put us on this board, this isn't actually where you're at right away. You're still in town. So let me read off something here. So you've completed all the encounters and side quests that have led you up to this point where the general muster for the army begins. The time has come at last. King Tithian has announced that the Urakite army is near. Heeding the advice of his counselors, especially the respected Commander Rickus, Tithian orders the army of Tyr into the field. On the appointed morning, official runners are sent to villas of the nobles, the quarters of the Templars, the old arena. All day long, men gather at the muster ground outside the city. Motley assortments of men and equipment. Commander Rickus and the other officials watch from the top of the city wall. As the citizen soldiers come onto the field, various lieutenants sort the men by training, equipment, faction, and class. Clerks note the numbers of men arriving and estimate the supplies needed. Gladiators among Tyr's few experienced in the trade of war prowl the ranks to size up each new trooper. Commander Rickus wants to know the caliber of his men. Alright, so as you watch the troops gather, a courier arrives. He's looking for the party member with the highest combined level and charisma.
That would be me.
Okay, well,
Could be Soul.
You're going to have to
Hey
get
yo! Hey, I forgot I had charisma. I forgot. that was a
What?
stat.
What is your persuasion? Charisma.
My charisma is a 16, and my persuasion as a whole is a +7.
you might have
Well,
it.
you're on your own.
No. My persuasion is a 5. My performance.
Would it be a better idea for someone who's been here for the past few sessions to do this?
No.
Wow, I see what we're doing here, Hunter.
It's all you, Soul. You're the face.
Oh no.
Wait, what's going on? So they.
Somebody came up to talk to you.
Hey yo.
You're
hey.
gonna be holding a speech.
Oh, okay, never mind. I won't cast it.
Alright. Caster Blaster, you were handed a papyrus scroll. When you unroll it, it's got a bunch of writing on it, but you probably can't read. Why the hell did they give you a scroll? Nobody can read in Dark Sun.
Wait,
What?
wait, are you serious? People can't read?
Nobody can read in Dark Sun unless you're like a high tier noble scholar. You might be able to read, but nobody has use for writing anywhere on Dark Sun.
Can I look up and just say, I can't read.
All right. Well, this is kind of silly. Anyway, eventually they will have a translator who tells you what it says. It says that due to the excess troops that have been added, there were a number of volunteers that decided to join, and there aren't enough lieutenants to command everything. And so they have assigned you to be the lieutenant of the irregular volunteer recruit army.
Hey,
Is that these guys over here?
All right, so let's look at the irregulars. So we got 10 volunteers, and in their notes here it says, citizens convinced of Param of Urik's treachery. So after word of the trial spread, they heard what the Urikites were up to, that they were scheming and plotting to overthrow Tyr, and so out of some patriotic sensibility, these guys all join up. But they are irregulars, they're poorly equipped, poorly armored, no training. We got 10 bandits. They were convinced by the party. They were the shoe tax bandits. They were going around telling people, you better pay up for those shoes. And Morg convinced them, rather than fighting us about a shoe tax, why don't you just join the army? You can get fed and you can earn money. And they were like, you know what? You're right. We'll join. So these 10 bandits have joined. They are the shoe tax bandits, and they are part of your irregular troops. They are all rogues that cannot be trusted.
how do I say the soccer team, the sock squad?
And then we got 10 other volunteers. These are convinced to join for glory. These are people who just want battle, and they are in it to win it. So,
All right. So basically, these people and these people are good at fighting, but these ones aren't.
well, none of these are legitimate classed fighters. These are all 0 level, unskilled, untrained, unequipped guys.
I
Congratulations.
guess.
You got responsibilities now.
They're
Like,
I'm glad I
cannon fodder, but they don't realize they're cannon fodder.
I wanna. There's about 30 of them. I'm gonna tell everybody to like where, if they are gonna go in the front lines, where the weak spots are on a person's armor.
Oh, they don't
Like,
have armor
all-
on. They're wearing clothes.
No, not for them.
He's telling them where to target other
Oh,
people.
I get it.
Yeah, and also
Kick them in the
cheap-
crotch and
yeah,
stab
and
them in the
do
armpit.
do cheap shots of them, like put sand in the eyes.
Okay, well, hang on. So the muster takes a long time. I mean, people filter into the battlefield mustering area for many hours during the morning. And so if you want, after you've been assigned these sort of irregulars as their commander, you can spend the better part of the morning kind of like trying to train them and improve their battlefield skills.
Yes.
But it is sort of like a downtime activity, and it means you're going to be dedicating pretty much all of your time during the muster to getting these guys a little more battle ready.
I mean, anything helps, I guess. Oh, people have better stats than I can do.
All right, so I'm going to need some kind of role from you for this activity. So, like, whatever kind of training you're going to give to them. If you're training them in dirty tricks, it would probably be, like, I don't know, sleight of hand, maybe.
Tell them rub sit on the end of their swords.
You'll probably want to pick something you're good at so that when you roll it, you'll have a high roll.
Yes, I have a +6. I can teach them how to do stealth attacks. 'Cause I have a +9 in stealth.
You want to teach them to be sneaky. All right. So roll your stealth and to demonstrate your stealth skills, and they will spend the afternoon trying to emulate your stealth skill.
And if this goes a bit lower, I will use my thing. It is a 17.
All right.
Okay.
Let me make a note here.
So
Would
you
y'all-
get down in the sand like this, and
Actually, hang on. Let's make this a bit higher so they get the best effort. I can always get back. There's like a
Add your side eye.
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I forgot it was a D6.
Yep.
Your
17.
militia might be good for subterfuge missions.
They get a so that is a unnatural 20 all in total.
Unnatural.
All right. I'll make a note
This
of it.
should, and if I need to do it again, I will. I have really good stealth, and I can just every I think short list it was. I can get this back. I can do this a total of 6 times after every
So-
long rest.
Ninja,
Yeah.
I want to bring to your attention one of my abilities that I'll be using as effectively a radar for the opposing army.
Yeah.
So Rangers have primeval awareness, which only works against their favored enemies, which fortunately for us is humanoids, which I assume is going to be the bulk of their army. By spending 1 uninterrupted minute in concentration, I can sense whether any of my favorite enemies are within 5 miles of me. It reveals which of my favorite enemies are present. So if I have more than 1 right now, we have 1. How many there are, their general direction and distance from me. And so there's no limit to how often I can do this. So basically, I'll be using it once an hour as we're on the move. It's basically like a radar.
Okay.
So I can't do it continuously. So it's kind of like a stop and start. But, figure once an hour kind of gives us a general gist. We're not going to be moving more than 5 miles an hour anyways. So it kind of gives us an idea if anything's within an hour's march of us.
True. Caravans are pretty slow. You got a lot of people. You got a big wagon. Mechalots don't move that quick.
So
I can see these 3 groups having like camouflage active now, like sand camouflage for like the military and stuff.
So I wasn't sure if you had factored that into our march or not. So
I will
wanted to
now.
bring it to your attention.
It's good you mentioned it. This is the time to mention anything like that that's going to affect things as you travel. So more people.
Brenta will also on the move because there's no penalty to her doing it.
Yep.
She can either sneak at normal speed and attention, so to speak. Because I guess if you try to sneak sometimes and you're not going half speed, there's penalties to like your perception. Or if you try to forage, so she can do one of the two on the move. So since we're a group and sneaking doesn't make any sense, she's going to forage every day as well.
All right.
So she can do that once a day.
Gotcha.
FYI.
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably be the 2 most obvious of the overland abilities she's got.
I'm gonna have to look up that foraging table then. Let's see where that's at.
Wait,
I
how
have to
long?
do a DC based on how difficult the terrain is. I get a D6 plus my wisdom modifier amount of food and the same amount of, and then the same amount, a separate roll for water, but it's the same roll. It's a D6 plus 2. I believe. You had brought it up the other day. You had linked it to me.
Ninja,
While
quick
we
question.
are on the move,
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, how long is the combat kind of going to be normal length or Darkest Dungeon combat encounter length?
Well, okay, so you're heading to fight an army. Obviously, you're not going to like fight the whole army in turn combat. You're probably going to fight sections of the army while tactically moving your troops into different positions to do different things.
Alright.
You'll definitely have combat where you'll be on a battlefield fighting some stuff with a battle raging around you. And then how you do in those battles will affect the overall war that's being waged in all the skirmishes in the area.
I'm guessing everyone in the group is like in the same like battalion or whatever it's called, right?
Well, I'm a commander.
I'm hoping you guys are all gonna stay clustered together. That way, if there's an encounter, it'll be the party of adventurers, and the other troops will be elsewhere doing other things.
Hanging around the Kanken cart.
Yeah, the Kanken cart.
Okay. I thought we were supposed to be like splitting up, like commanding our little separate sections of the army.
Yeah, I was hoping so too.
Well, Norcus has got these guys, so I figure we'll keep the Kanken cart near the troops that he is commanding.
Yeah, probably for the best.
So how many people? Wait, is Kriya's gonna be just like being autopiloted, or he's just not gonna be during the?
Oh, he's being autopiloted. He's gonna hang out on the wagon, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, he
By the
can
way,
at
I'm
least-
supposed to have 44 health, but I can't change it on my figure.
I got it.
The maximum thingy.
There's
I'm
a way to
just
fix
checking
it.
my
You have
character
to
sheet,
open
make
up the
sure
menu, hit above max,
I did
and then
put
you can change the
everything
max down here as well.
down. Mhm.
Okay.
Here you go.
Right, I'm in.
And also, yep, I got everything. Nice.
All right, here's some
Gagamon
more.
has almost as much HP as you.
Some more details. The main body of soldiers is made up of 3 units, so you'll be able to check out the troops as they form up into their different platoons. So the first is a band of ex-gladiators, 20 strong. Many of them are still raw, apparently not yet finished with their training still, but they know how to fight. They have an odd assortment of weapons. They count as sort of like skirmishers. They're real good at quick in and out kind of like attacks, but maybe not good for prolonged battles. The second group, again, 20 strong, are the Templars. It's actually, I think, more than that. It might be 23 because there were a couple extra Templars that you talked into rejoining after they had abandoned the army. So 23 Templars on the wagon there. Let's see. The Templars are armed with maces and bone-edged swords, wearing giant's hair armor. They are trained to fight as regulars, but their old arrogance makes them difficult to command. Many of them are kind of haughty and often will maybe not follow your commands to the exact letter. There's a collection of nobles guards. These men have stone clubs and bone spears. Their armor is simple padded cloth. They fight as sort of regulars. Regular means they're trained. Irregular means they're untrained, like Norcus's troops over there.
Yeah, similar. They will be regular.
So Senator Tirthani provided the agreed upon number of men. However, Tirthani's irregulars are all former slaves, untrained level 0 fighters with no armor and simple farming implements for weapons. They are led by Lieutenant Irvis, a former overseer of slaves. He's in charge of Tirthani's slaves, and they remember being under his whip, and they hate the man.
Wait, I just thought about something. How many hit points does a level 0 have?
Not much.
So-
One hit point. They die in
So
one.
this is why I'm trying to train these. I don't care about. I do not care about these guys at all. They can die if they.
Level 0. How many? Oh my god.
Yeah, but
They-
there's 100 of them. 100 level 0 guys could probably still do a significant amount of damage.
I mean, yes.
All right. So, where else are we looking here? So, because you did the raid on the Freydlov farm for the Minthers, Varesi Minther has supplied Minther's spearmen, 100 spearmen. They are also unarmored, but they at least have weapons, and they know how to
Nice.
use them. I guess they're in padded armor, so they're a little better armored than these regular peasants over here. They're led by Lieutenant Poalik Vordman, a Tyrian dwarf. So that's him. He's got really nice equipment. He's got some metal gear. And let's see. Then over here, you got Lieutenant Phelan. Lieutenant Phelan is the senior apprentice of Turloff. And you helped Turloff out when he was having a dispute with the Merchant Guild. And because you helped him out, the Turloff's guardsmen have been supplied to you. There's 40 of them, and they're pretty good fighters because they've been guardsmen for many years. They're irregulars, so they're not quite as good as regulars, but they are also engineers capable of constructing things like siege engines and digging trenches and foxholes and whatever else you need. So these guys have a lot of utility. There's not as many of them, but they're better soldiers and they have skills.
Why are they level 0?
Because they suck.
Nah, they're better than those other guys.
Let's go! Level 1!
What else am I forgetting here?
I mean, I'm gonna guess if trained properly, my guys can probably become level 1. If lucky. Duty training. Level
So-
1 and whoa.
Oh no, they're all die.
So Caster has command
Yeah.
over all of these troops?
Yes.
Caster, they probably need to survive like at least a battle or two before they can level from 0 to 1.
Right?
That's why I'm helping them.
Their first real battle.
They are going to get slaughtered like pigs.
I already have.
Well, we're doing
I already
we're
have a
doing
plan
milestone.
formulated.
So.
Or
We're
Norcus,
doing
just-
milestone level up. So I bet you after their first major encounter, any that survives might be level 1.
It's possible.
I mean,
I kind of feel sad for buying all that Enix food if I know there are going to be this many dead bodies on the battlefield.
Free food. Nom nom nom.
Ninja, question.
Yes.
Are there any signaling implements like a horn or something?
I'm sure somebody's got one. Maybe lieutenants to rally some of their troops in.
Okay, I have a plan. Norcus, you're going to be a
Yes?
big part of this plan.
yes. What is this gonna be?
So when we get to the battlefield, after the first battle, and after we assess, damages and such, I have an idea. We're going to make it look like the camp got deserted. Meanwhile, your guys are going to be nearby monitoring what happens, and then as soon as the Urukite army comes within, after Phelan's engineers have created gopher holes for people to hide in, once the Urukite's army is close enough, you'll signal for everyone to come out of the gopher holes and surround the Urukite army.
Alright, remind me when that happens, because I'm gonna forget.
Okay, I will. Don't worry. Just
Yeah.
just remember the movie Willow.
Mad Markin, the
Chungus
greatest
among
swordsman
you.
alive.
Ninja the poet, a Chungus among us.
Oh,
All right, guys. Long. You have been made a lieutenant in the army here. So you can command some of the gladiators here. You're not the only lieutenant though. There's also Lieutenant Gannon here. So Rikus has delegated tasks to not one but 2 lieutenants so that he can make sure the battlefield is taken care of. So half giant Lieutenant Gannon, pretty giant, hefty dude, and then a bunch of familiar faces in amongst the gladiators here. Your buddy Gregor, the 2 ladies that love to fight, Lisanne and Kanla, the man that they both love, Tachadril.
oh yes, the ugly face man.
The
He's a
giant,
giga
the giant you befriended, Urgos half giant, Quick Wenzer, of course. Many of Quick Wenzer's gladiator followers, Ken, and even the Gith that participated in the Grand Games are here.
Wait, good question. What happened to that giant I gave water in the slave camps? I forgot about him.
I think he died.
Rip.
What?
You're talking about Babungus.
Bunk, was that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah, Babungus isn't
Yeah,
here. He's back
Babungus.
at the gladiator arena.
Babungus.
Yeah, Babungus.
Did he have an injury that he had an injury that prevented him from joining the army?
He just didn't want to.
Yeah, he draft dodged a while.
The dude had parasites in him.
Yeah, you'll notice that not everybody who is told to show up does show up, and some of the people that do show up might decide somewhere along the way to make themselves scarce. So, depending on your actions, you might have deserters.
Imagine fighting a full 500 people with half an army.
Oh my god. We spent all this time getting all these people. We got slaves and these skitty cats. Oh,
They're not slaves anymore.
I mean, if he's under this guy's rule, they're basically all again.
They're getting paid, right?
No, they are not.
So this is sort of like a marching order map. I took the liberty of choosing to put things somewhere just for my own purposes, but you guys, being the lieutenants, can actually order a lot of these troops around and decide where you want to place them. I put the gladiators up front because they're probably your best fighters. I put the spearmen in the back in case you get ambushed from behind, and then to your flanks you've got the scrubs, basically. the less equipped and less competent fighters.
At them? No, I don't have any position I want to put these guys in yet.
Yeah, are you fine with the positions everybody's in? Does anybody want to change anything?
If you need to,
I
I
think that we should-
can move it.
Wait, where am I at? I can't see myself.
I'll zoom
It
in.
would
I
have.
put you right here.
I would have
Personally,
10
I
over
feel that we
here
should
with
change up these
Gregor.
units. I think we should change up these units ever so slightly. So, what would everybody say? What would everybody say one gladiator equals in terms of unit power?
One.
They're like level 3 to 5, like level 3 to 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are 6th-level gladiators.
I mean,
Like
even
the
a third
chat
one
roll
is
when
probably
they're-
worth a whole unit
Oh, we
of.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
level
for my
zero.
group, they can probably get what, a third level if you guys wanna. Let's give them Ken. Ken deserves to be in my group.
Isn't he more like
What?
me?
Because what I'm thinking is,
keep
yes,
in mind, he
I mean,
doesn't
it's
train people. He beats them up.
He doesn't need to train them. That's why I'm there.
it's a
Okatoshin
good
Ken is a
layout.
secret art that only Kenshiro must know.
Ken Seer, is that his name?
Kenshiro
yeah.
will never train Hokuto Shinken to any who are unworthy.
Ken Zero over
It's a
nine.
good. It's a good layout for a novice, but a truly wise leader would not have two units on either side on the left and right flanks without some serious support from the front and the back. So what I'm thinking is we get a spatter of spearmen on the left and right flanks that we have spearmen, and we send some of the gladiators to the back to fill in for those spearmen.
Good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I was thinking, maybe so my guys come over here and like one goes in like the back, like making it into like a triangle. For my guys.
Well, we're trying to get spears on all sides of the wagon except for the front. The front is the most protected, of course, by the gladiators.
I want to
So
mention
spears won't
that
be needed
this
there.
isn't to scale. So when you see north flank, south flank, and all that, these are enormous areas. You're not going to be like literally this close to the wagon. You will be spread out a ways, guarding different areas and being further out so that you can spot things that might be approaching the army.
I do realize that, Ninja, but I'm also thinking about, like our flank strength. Like our entire left flank is all, level 0 slaves led by what I can only assume is an incompetent lieutenant who doesn't understand the danger that he's in.
The trouble is
Having
so like if Castor moves each of his groups into a different flank, he'll not be able to give any orders to the units that are in a flank that he's not in. So they will be
Right,
acting
but that's
independently.
That's where the individual members of the party would come in. I could take one of the left or right flanks. Someone can take the right flank, and they'll still have direction.
Is our entire left flank really just level zeros?
Also, for simplicity's sake, I was saying I think the entire like player party should be on one section. You can't divide up the party.
That's why. Should we be on the left flank?
I think we should be with the flank that is most likely to get massacred.
I mean, yeah, I gotta keep my troops here. I may be the only one who split up. I guess I stay by my troops. It's up to you guys, though. If you want to stay over here.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Ninja. It does make sense. Ninja would want us to stay in the same flank, so that we're all able to help each other, And if we just left you alone in the right flank, you'd basically be screwed.
Well, why? Since these irregulars hate their lieutenant, why don't we swap one of these, the back unit of 5, with Turloff's guardsmen? Then we've each got a side. Then we're splitting up these guys, and they can kind of fall under our jurisdiction. And at least these 5 units over here will be a little happier not having to listen to Lieutenant Irvas.
That is true. Yes.
So we swap these 4 units of Turloff's irregulars, who are a little bit stronger, with these back
Yeah.
5 units here. They kind of fall under our general command.
Yeah.
And there's 2 lieutenants on the other flank where we're not, that kind of know what they're doing.
We're basically an entire captain squad if we're all together.
Well, there's 2 lieutenants for the gladiators, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yes.
we should switch. I think we should switch at least one of those lieutenants with the lieutenant on our left flank, so that the slaves aren't. This is also a worry of desertion. I'm afraid that our whole left flank is just going to go like, nope, and get out of town as soon as possible.
That's why I want to
Did
split
Did
them
you
up.
say left flank? You mean the guys over here?
Yeah.
No, the
Who's the
slaves.
lieutenant?
Yeah.
He's looking
The
at it on
north
my
flank.
screen, and I'm looking at it top down with north at the top of my screen.
So,
So his
Let's
left is
trade
north,
these guys.
and his right is south.
Let's trade
Yeah, I
these
should have said
guys.
north flank.
You want
With
to move
these
these
guys.
guys all over here?
And then we give these guys who are over here with us, we keep Lieutenant Orvas over here where we can keep an eye on him, make sure he's not mistreating the bad guy, these irregulars.
All right.
And then we loan them
Yeah.
one of the gladiator lieutenants over here.
Give Morg them.
Yeah, not Morg. Morg wants to stay with the party.
You want to put
Wait,
Ganon
Who's
over
the
there?
other lieutenant?
Okay.
Yeah,
This guy back. Morg.
because they already because the gladiators proper have plenty of leadership.
Mhm.
And then Morg,
Yeah, you should.
you're
probably
still on
be
our
over there.
flank. You keep an eye on Lieutenant Orvas. Make sure to keep him in line, because you're probably the most physically intimidating out of all of us.
Look at these massos. You don't think I'm intimidating?
Oh,
It says,
hey guys,
it says
good night.
Papa, why are you playing?
Wait,
We
so
do
now
that.
there's no
How is you
lieutenants
playing?
in the gladiator army.
So the gladiator army has Rikas and Neva.
These
They are like the leaders of the entire army.
Those bad eyes.
These are the good guys.
Oh. It is the bad eyes.
No, those are good guys.
Nope. It is the bad eyes.
Good night.
I don't
Good
want
night,
to play
Psychoprogs
with
kid.
I'm on a headset. They can't hear you. Hey, the guys say good night.
Good night, psycho tadpoles.
Oh, good night, Father friend.
You say goodbye to Papa's friends.
Yeah. All right.
I want you play.
Let's see Mama.
Wait, did your kid just say the F word?
No, he did not. He said, "I want to watch Papa play." My kids don't even know any cuss words. We've been very careful with that.
Not yet.
Okay, good.
And they go to Catholic school, so the odds of them picking it up there are relatively slim at their age.
Maybe, maybe not.
I feel bad for your kids.
I've heard some things
I
about
feel
repressed
really-
Catholic children.
Yeah, that is true.
Where you
I actually went to
going?
a Catholic school when I was young.
Hmm,
How'd that go? How was it?
thinking. Does not compute.
Well, the school's really good. My family's Catholic, so
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's
And-
fine. I'm just worried about
Yeah.
Catholic programming. Because
Mm,
it's a real thing and it's scary.
Well,
Well-
I mean, that's not on par with like the Scientologists or anything. It's not like a cult. All right, so
Ninja,
It's
you
a-
say that. You say that, but you have no idea.
mm,
it's the same programming they're getting at home, so
yeah.
Well, okay.
So,
Let's just get on with the game. We're getting too much into.
yeah.
Sidetracking. All right, so let's see.
Sidetrack. Anyways,
So I got all that done. Let's see here. All right, so because you helped Counselor Turloff, you were supplied with his engineers, his good guardsmen. However, because you pissed off Master Syntha, many of the troops here are complaining that their equipment is of shoddy quality. Some of the goods are substandard, the arrows are crooked, the meat is wormy, and the water is sour. Many people are grumbling.
how much would it cost to kind of bring things up to snuff, so to speak?
Can I roll a persuasion to convince them to stop bitching?
Don't we have a druid? Can't you like purify them?
Mm.
You should
Purify
have
what
purified
now?
food and water.
Purify water and food. I think it's like the third
Yeah.
level spell.
Do it as a ritual.
Yeah, just like bring all the food to you and then boom.
I believe as a druid, I can do it as a like first or second level spell.
It doesn't say it doesn't have a limit. I just recommend like, hey, let's get these guys to stop bitching and of this.
Let's see. Casting time. An action, 10 feet. Cleric, druid, paladin. Non-magic food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Which is really good. So
Wasn't that spell
good
banned?
idea. No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, shit.
No.
Problem is, someone's gonna have to do it secretly.
It's a
What do you
druid.
Why?
man.
The druid
Because
cleric,
the
it's
whole
divine
whole
slash
army is
mage
against
magic.
spellcasters.
No, they're against arcane magic.
Yeah. Druids are
They know what
alright.
druids and clerics are. You don't have to hide your identity if you're a druid or a cleric.
Give me some
you should-
antlers and a nice robe, and I can pretend to be a druid.
We could disguise you, I guess, but that won't go well. But yeah, it should be fun. It wasn't banned. It's not like the Goodberry stuff.
All right.
So, Ninja, how much
Oh.
would it cost to bring the equipment up to snuff, so to speak?
So I'm going to put in my notes. You're casting Purify Food and Water. How many times a day can you cast it? As a ritual, you can just keep casting it, right?
Mhm.
All right.
That
Yeah.
just takes 10 minutes to do that as a ritual, or wait, what was the? Hold on.
It adds
The
10
initial
minutes.
cast-
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
what
that's
it,
it.
but
It's
the,
an
but
it's an
the-
hour. If you have ritual caster, it takes less time.
No.
I'd say you probably have to
Oh.
cast it 15 times to purify all the food and water here.
Yeah,
How
but
long
that's
would
about
that
like
take?
it's like an hour and 55 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
So 2 hours.
15 is 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not that long. We can
Okay, yeah, the
teach you,
cast time is just an action, so it's basically 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Plus 6 seconds.
Yeah. So, we have two people in the part. We have a priest, a fire priest, and a druid. So
In the
two
bar.
people working at the same time would half the amount of time.
And oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Well, how about Grimorn, since he's not technically here, can be tasked with that.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
Gamorn can even
He
help.
can stay in the
so-
cart. He can stay in the cart and keep the food and water in tip-top shape.
All right.
Yeah, so this is a perfect plan now. Who gives a shit if you try to fuck the food? We can just speedify it.
Fuck the food.
It's first level spell.
But in terms of,
Clerics can cast any spell on the list, so yeah, he could do that. I'm sure he'll be happy
So-
that he was useful while he wasn't here.
Do clerics get their
Yeah.
entire spell list at their disposal at all times?
They can choose from the entire
No.
spell list, but they can only prepare a certain number of spells.
they're
Yes.
kind of like if a wizard had copied all their spells that were available in their spell book.
That
They
would
still
be
have to
one
prepare
huge
and do
fat
all the
spell
other
book.
stuff. It certainly would.
It'd be like taller than the wizard. Can you imagine he opens a portable hole and this like 12-foot tall book just pops out of it?
No, it's a scroll, and it
Mm.
just keeps rolling, and rolling, and rolling.
Like a roll of toilet paper that a cat's just going nuts on.
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja, I have a
We'll be right back.
question.
hmm
So I have Starry form as a Circle of the Stars druid. I have the dragon constellation that I can use as my Starry form.
Is that from Tasha's
that,
or Xanathar's?
I believe it's from Tasha's. You did say that it was a usable.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at it in the book. A druid.
I'm wondering, would my dragon starry form be the same size, or would it be illusioned to look larger?
Starry form as a bonus action. It would expend your wild shape, huh?
Yes. Instead of a wild shape, I have a starry form.
All right, that's a weird one. Sorry, what did you want to do with it, or what was your question about it?
Would the size of my form stay the same, or would it, since it's a dragon, would it look larger and like a dragon?
There's no dragons on Athos, but it could be a drake. We'll say it's a drake.
Well, I mean,
That's
technically,
the Dark
there
Sun
are
equivalent of a
dragons.
dragon. There are no dragons. The only thing close to a dragon is like the Sorcerer Kings turn into a dragon-like form, but they're not actually true dragons
Right.
like Forgotten Realms has.
Right.
drakes
That's
sing?
that's. I mean that's kind of what I was wondering is like, would I be able to have a starry form of that dragon-like form that Sorcerer Kings would be able to take? Kind of throw the enemy for like a what the shit.
I don't think it would be that big, although it doesn't really list a scale in the spell that I can see.
Well, I mean it is up to your discretion as the DM. I'm just thinking of fun ways to use my character class.
Alright, I'm back. What I miss?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're
So, are you just allowed to pick any form? Doesn't it have to be a beast?
Well, with the Circle of Druids, I saw that I only have 3 forms that I can take. The Chalice, the well, there's 3 constellations I can take, and I only assume that those are linked to my starry form. So there's the Archer, the Chalice, and the Dragon.
Oh yeah, I see that there. Interesting. I had prepared a drake. I actually have a drake image.
If I were to cast a spell, would you guys be huss about it?
It all depends.
Wait.
It better be not hurting
Well,
nature
we-
because you got a bunch of
about-
druids and rangers here. So if you're actively
Yeah.
defiling the land, the party is probably not going to be on your side. If you're just casting arcane magic on the DL and not hurting the land, we'd probably be okay with it because we know you're a decent guy. You'd still be a little sus.
Among Us. Caster, what about you? You didn't answer.
I are you like doing shit? I was like the arcane stuff. I don't care as long as you don't. As what he said, don't hurt the earth. I don't have to stab you in your sleep.
Don't we live in a desert? Where Earth is there?
Hey,
Those
Diamond,
deserts have plenty of life.
Yep, I see it.
you see it? All right. So that's about the scale there. Well,
Right,
maybe
they just
bigger. I
got
don't know.
lush.
Slightly bigger, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
It's probably a bit bigger than that. I don't know. Drakes are pretty big.
I saw a dragon. What the hell?
Not a dragon, a drake.
Close enough.
I mean, it's basically a dragon. It's got an elemental breath weapon attack. It's just not your typical Forgotten Realms fantasy dragon.
Yeah.
It's more of like
Well,
a Oriental dragon with an elemental twist.
We have one of those guys in the battlefield now.
Yeah. But how terrified would the enemies be if you turned into this?
Yeah, Diamond is saying it's his druid power, his second level ability to use his wild shape to turn into that. A constellation of a dragon.
Or you could just turn into that. That'll scare them.
I mean, it's intimidating. I could see it being effective on the battlefield.
Oh
I'm
god.
talking about the image I sent in chat.
Oh, that one? Yeah, I haven't looked. Let's see.
I haven't seen it because I'm too busy paying attention to the stream.
I see. Alrighty.
Transform into a
I
dragon.
will apologize that I'm taking so long with my questions, everybody. It's just I'm thinking of really fun ways to use my character.
I just hope I can get alone on this battlefield so I can cast at least half my spell list. God damn.
That's the thing. I
You
don't.
need a mount to cast your spells?
No, I need to be alone.
Oh,
Hopefully,
like,
at least alone with the party. It's just my
We could send you with We could send you with Marcus's group of expendables.
Is that a
What
good
have they got?
idea?
are the
Like, what-
expendables looking to stab him?
Yeah, I mean, like, what are they gonna do, huh?
Oh wait, so you're telling me if they catch me casting a spell, just massacre them?
I mean, they just meat shields to me.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is Marcus's group is more along the lines of a scouting and or subterfuge party.
Basically, yes. It's probably the best you got to cast, because you'll probably have my support.
So the muster continues for many hours during the day as everybody gets ready, but soon they're going to set out. If you guys wanted to grab anything from the shops in Tyr before you leave the safety of the city, now is your last opportunity.
Can I get a new?
Well,
Are there any
that's what I was-
stores with snakes?
Okay, one at a time.
Action with snakes.
So Ninja, I've been trying to ask about how much it would cost to bring the shoddy equipment up to snuff.
You probably wouldn't have enough, but any amount that you put forward would help. So if you want to give me a dollar amount, I'll make a note of it, and your gear will be that much better for the average troop.
I'll put in.
I
I'll
am
put in 200
giving.
ceramic pieces.
Yeah, I'm putting in all three of my gold pieces, so 300 ceramic.
All
I'll
right.
put in 2 gold. I'll put in how many gold? I put in two gold pieces.
Wait, what are we buying?
Like, dude,
That's
I'm
700 we're up to now.
Well, wait, you said
Just
3 and
Armor
he
and
said
weapons
2,
is
right?
what we're buying.
And Diamond said 2 as well.
Did he? All right, I didn't know that.
7.
Yeah, 7.
See, I told you those golds I gave you back in the first session, after the slave pits were done, was going to helpful.
Ninja.
Hmm.
What is that saddle thing that I can put guys with crossbows into?
That is a
Howdah.
howdah.
How the hell?
It's like
do
a
I get one of
chowda,
those?
but it's a howda.
How do I get one?
You buy it.
Okay, can I buy one? How much does it cost?
All right. So looking at the shop list, it says that a Inix howda. Where's that?
I thought Enix could only carry one person, anyways.
Now the howda can carry several people. So an
I didn't know
Inix
there were.
an Inix war howda is 10 silver pieces, or 100
So 10
ceramic
bits.
100 ceramic pieces, or 10 silver pieces. A war howda is constructed of sturdy materials, offering cover to those within. An Inix war howda weighs 150 pounds and can hold 4 fighters. Soldiers in war howda can choose the level of cover they have at any time. So it's sort of like a platform on top of your riding lizard, and people can be up in there. There's a little wall they can duck down behind, and you can have like 4 guys with crossbows, all taking shots from it. Becomes a bit of a tank.
Does anyone in the battalion or what's it called have crossbows?
No,
I mean,
but you've
I have
got
one.
700 ceramic pieces. You could buy a lot of crossbows with that.
that's true.
Crossbows and ammunition.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Why don't
I
we
did
just-
mention
why don't
earlier
we
a
just
lot of your
mount a
ammunition is
war
shoddy.
ballista on an- Why don't we just mount a war ballista on an Inix while we're at it?
Oh,
Wait, is that actually something I can do?
I mean, it's very helpful. It can be.
If you had time and the resources, you could have the engineers craft a ballista. But you're about to set out, so they'd have to all park on the wagon with their tools and materials and try to craft it on the go.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
They're not going to loan you one from the city. They need those for the city's defense.
Will it be a better idea to have the Enix take a separate turn from mine, or to have guys on top of it with a crossbow? What do you guys think?
Your Enix cannot fight with a rider.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be off of it and have it, take control of actions while I'm off of it. But I'm trying to think, does a crossbow guys really that much better?
Yes, long range. Like, well, it's the front force of the Urgate fighters are probably gonna be swordsmen. So it does help for long range attacks.
So basically, your entire army is composed of just like basic troops. You don't have any kind of cavalry.
Okay, so yeah, I'll buy the Howdah.
You don't have any riders on anything. The only thing is the Mechalots pulling the wagon and the Kank pulling the cart. The Kanken cart.
Yeah. I'll spend 100 ceramic pieces on the Howdah.
All right.
Of my own money first.
Did I put that lizard out? Where'd that lizard go?
The flat
It
dinosaur.
is. Here you go.
All right, cool. So we have one flat dino, and we need ourselves something to fit on it.
How much would crossbows and ammunition cost?
I guess give them like 700 ceramic pieces.
For crossbows? 700?
Let me check.
No, that's crap.
Is it just like the ammunition, not the crossbows, shitty?
The ammunition that you were provided was shitty.
Okay, they are 1 ceramic piece.
For crossbows? And I can
No,
get 4 guys.
4 arrows.
Okay.
It was the crossbows. The crossbows are fine. It's the ammunition for the crossbow bolts are terrible. They do not need crossbows.
They already have crossbows?
Nobody's got a ranged weapon.
Oh, they don't?
That's what I'm saying. I need to buy the crossbows. The ammunition is still. Now, how much does a crossbow cost, Ninja? Is it on the Dark Sun thing?
You know what? That doesn't really make sense. Somebody's got to have a ranged weapon. I guess the Templars have ranged weapons. They could shoot from the cart.
Okay, good.
However, the ammo
then-
they were provided with was crap, and they have regular bows, not crossbows.
So how much would 4 crossbows and ammunition cost?
Let me go check.
Is it on one of these darts?
You'd want to open up the Grit and Glory book and look there.
It would be for short bows would be 25 swamp pieces. I'm going from gold pieces to like swamp pieces.
What type of bow does the most damage for the least amount of cost?
Short bows and crossbows are the exact same. Short bows do a very longer range of attacks.
Yeah, and the more range we have between us and the enemy, the better. That's why I'm thinking we should also equip any soldiers who don't really have any good weapons, like our slaves, with spears.
So a light standard crossbow that's commonly available is 25 GP. It's the most affordable regular crossbow that you can buy. You've got
700.
700. So let's see. You could buy. You could buy like 20. 20 crossbows.
And we have 30 on my
500?
side. So are we just giving the crossbows to my people?
20 crossbows would be 500 CP, which would leave you with 200 CP, and you need to buy arrows. How many arrows are you going to buy? It would be like 20 ceramic pieces to buy 1 set of arrows for each of the people equipped with one of these crossbows, or you could spend like enough to get them 2 bundles of crossbow bolts. That's probably safer so they don't run out over the course of the weeks.
How about this? I put in I know 2 more gold.
You put in 2 more gold?
Yes.
So we're back up to 400 left now.
I put in 100 more.
You put in 100
How?
more.
Oh yeah, go please. Yeah, the better stuff. Go ahead.
How many quivers of crossbow bolts are you gonna get for each one of these guys? 1, 2?
How much is in a quiver?
30, maybe 40.
10 arrows, I think. Or no, wait.
10?
20 arrows comes in a stack for 1 ceramic piece, I think.
Oh, there's only one. Okay. I get 5.
5 quivers for each.
Yes. We have enough for them, and it seems like a good amount.
And you bought crossbows for the entire battalion?
Yes, I have a lot of money.
Yeah, it says here 1 ceramic piece for 20.
Okay, yeah, that. And 4 of them are hopping on skip, right?
I'm not on my crew. Also, I forgot to ask this, but did we ever sell that 1,000 swamp pieces of crystal?
Y'all had that?
Oh yeah, we still have that. Did we even sell it? Is it just me and Soul talking and Ninja?
Yes.
Damn.
Where'd everyone
Leaving the
go?
2 idiots. You're leaving the 2 idiots doing this. Why are you doing this?
Hey, I can't say that word. That's a slur.
I'm standing by for everybody to get all their stuff done.
I'm waiting for us to get on the road.
I mean, can you guys
Well-
at least ask input, see what things good?
I was just leaving the money in the pool up to Ninja to figure out how that's going to generally improve our gear. I was not getting into the nitty gritty of we're buying these 3 guys these items and these 4 guys these items because that'll spend the rest of the 2 hours we have left.
Well, this is actually a pretty useful
So-
thing that you're doing right now, because this is a weakness that your army has. You don't have any good ranged units except for the Templars, who don't want to leave the wagon. So, buying these crossbows to equip some of your units will make them into a ranged unit, which makes them much, much more useful on the battlefield.
And
So
it'll
for
help.
20 crossbows, that's 500 silver pieces, and we're giving each person a stack of 20.
Two quivers of 20 bolts each. So that came out to 40 ceramic
Yeah.
pieces. So you still have 360 unspent ceramic pieces.
I think we should use.
You could do this again. You
think
could
we-
get another stack of 10 crossbows for 250, and
How about this? What about this? Wooden shields.
Do they have swords? Any type of blade?
Yeah, shields and
yeah,
spears would be a definite boost because spears have reach, and the farther away you can keep an enemy, the better chance of survival you have.
A shield is
also
a big
have very
AC
low-
boost. That would certainly help.
Yeah,
That is
I don't
true.
think they have any hit points. I'm surprised they don't have 0. I think they have literally 1. I think a shield would be very useful.
It is made out of wood, and depending on how this is, wood's probably going to be expensive.
Well, there's probably carapace and bone shields that would work as well.
Oh yeah, that's much. Yeah, we don't have to deal with anything about the wood because they probably cost a lot more than bone. So
How
yeah,
much would the shields and spears cost?
I saw a price 10 ceramic pieces for a shield.
that's still pretty good. We got like we got 360.
And what about the spears?
About like, let me go check.
If we can get the same amount of spears as shields, we can form up our own little Sparta
Wow.
unit.
Are you talking
They
about
don't-
equipping the farmers? You're going to replace their simple peasant gear with a spear instead?
Spears
The
are
slave.
1 ceramic piece.
Can
Really
we have them
good.
rub shit on the end of their blades for poison damage?
Yeah, spears are
Really?
1 ceramic pieces, which is
Do-
really
Do
good.
we have extra spears in our big wagon?
We're buying them.
Didn't we already leave the town? Where are we buying them from?
I think most of them are using a quarterstaff or a pitchfork. So those are kind of equivalent to a spear anyway.
Oh yeah,
A sharp rock on top of the quarterstaffs.
yeah, that is actually a really good idea. Get
You
a
can
bit more.
rub poop all over the ends of the pitchforks.
Poisonous pitchforks.
Can we just put like a good idea? Oil. Put oil on the pitchforks and then light it on fire.
That will
Why do you
last
wanna
long.
light it
And
on fire?
that would also hurt the weapon.
Yeah, wood is
Damn.
susceptible to fire.
Alright.
I
Now,
think
now,
he
it's
means
also-
the pitchforks have metal ends. Are they not made out of metal? The tips, the head of the pitchfork.
You know what? Wooden pitchforks would not work well though.
And is the fire gonna burn for 10 days?
No. We're not gonna put it on now. Like we're gonna get prepared for when we're in the trenches.
Like Franza has the radar thingy, so yeah.
Okay, so
Like
I put
when they go
20
in the trenches with
shields.
the holes planned.
I put 20 shields on your
Wait, are
list.
we even gonna have time to dig that many holes though? By the way, for the whole
And
for the
I'm
whole
like
army
this.
Do you want
thing.
20 spears as
We have-
well?
We have
Yes.
we have 40 engineers. So if we set the engineers on a whole day and night of making gopher holes, we should have enough gopher holes for all of the army.
How far was France's radar thing? Like,
5
that gonna give
miles.
us enough time for that?
5 miles.
miles.
Really good.
I don't think that's enough time for a day and night of digging.
Probably not.
Plus also if they did that, like by the time they reach us, they would probably be like heavily fatigued and not ready for combat at all.
That's true, but what if they're coming towards us and like, I don't know, fuck it.
A whole lot of what ifs. Who knows?
And
Is everybody done with their spending?
Yeah, I guess nobody's chiming in with any other ideas.
And how many?
Okay.
So are
you
we
guys
buying
want-
the spears and shields, or?
Oh,
yeah, we
I
like
put it
that
on the
thing.
list, yeah.
You guys want to use the rest of the swam pieces as like give a shit ton more spears to like slaves and stuff?
That's what I was vouching for.
Alright
What
then,
is shields more important than
the
weapons?
the rest of the swam pieces will be going for the spears then.
Wouldn't a shield be more important though?
Well, that's the thing, they cost a lot more than a spear.
I got it.
And so, 120 spears.
Yeah,
Need to
that's
teach
enough to
all of
equip,
them Sentinel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. That should be enough for everyone.
Give them all the Sentinel feet. Yes, yes.
Right.
Level them up
with-
once. And...
All right. Are you going to give a spear to all 100 of the former slaves, all the Tirthani former slaves that only have farming implements?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yep. Hey, yo, can I get two?
Aren't you? You're a bard. Why would you need a spear?
Are they
I have a
all
level
going
fighter.
to stab Lieutenant Irvas?
If they do that, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. It makes sense if they go to do it.
I have a level in fighter.
You have a level in fire? Oh.
All
You
right.
didn't know?
No, you never told me that. Fuck.
I'm sure they're all much happier with the equipment and with the leadership changes.
Yes.
Right.
So I've changed their
Everybody's-
equipment. I'll move them back over here. That's the spears. Who's getting shields? We've got 20 shields to give out.
Who do you guys think? My
Which
people.
side? Which side?
Give
is
them
it?
to the volunteers. Give them to the
Yeah,
I would say the
volunteers.
gladiators. The gladiators.
They probably have their own equipment
They,
already.
yeah,
Which side
they have
has
their own
the-
equipment.
Which side
Yeah,
has the
they-
least amount of hit points? That's the question.
The
Because we have-
volunteers do.
Because we have
And
exactly
volunteers
20
are pretty weak.
volunteers.
Yeah, and I could put an extra 10 for the bandits.
Yeah, if you
The
want to
bandits
buy.
are probably fighting two-handed if they're roguey.
Well, these guys,
Yeah,
all they have
okay.
is a dagger.
Oh.
Then it would make sense if they do have a shield. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, right now they're just equipped with probably like a flint dagger of some sort.
Okay, they get a shield. Added in 10 extra 10 more.
Everybody
my
done
God.
with their shopping sprees? I have one thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to find a pet shop and buy their entire stock of snakes.
Oh my
my
god!
fucking
Why?
Oh my god. Why?
The pet
You
shop
can see a-
has only one snake. It's a boa constrictor.
It's a half giant it's a half giant merchant.
It is a
Wait,
4-foot
Ninja.
long boa constrictor.
What one-handed weapon does the most amount of damage?
Spears cost less, but short swords cost more. Short
Spear
swords
does more
do.
damage. Oh, one-handed? They do the same thing.
Yeah, spears are good for one hands, and short swords cost more, but they do more damage though. But short spears are better.
Can monks use shields?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
All right.
It's just hard to do free hand attacks with a shield in your hand, unless it's like the free hand shields.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can always kick them. You always kick your opponent with as a monk.
That's true.
All right. So that's the shields, and then what 20 units will be your ranged fighters?
Because I'm out of ideas for this one. Unless you want to give it to the volunteers or something. Actually, no. Which people look more skilled with crossbows, or none of them?
Anyone can use crossbows.
Okay, good. So you guys think the volunteers? Wait, no, they only have spears.
Well, some of them could have crossbows as as their primary weapon, and then spears as a secondary.
Yeah, to keep people off their backs. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, they also get crossbows.
All right.
So we give
What, the
so for the
bandits?
5.
Bandits and the volunteers.
Yes.
The monk ones
Sounds
probably
like
don't
very-
want them, but we could give them to these other two. When
How
it
much would two
stops
flails
lagging.
cost if I were to spend my own money? How much would two flails cost?
2 flails. Well, if I go to the Grit and Glory book and I go to the realistic weapons section, it says that a flail actually comes in a couple different forms. There's a peasant flail, and then there's like a martial flail.
How much does a martial flail cost?
So the flail is 10 GP. It does a D8. The dire flail costs 90 GP. It does 2d4. And then there's also
here-
a heavy flail
Wait,
or a staff flail.
gold pieces? These cost gold?
No, ceramic pieces. I'm reading from the Grit and Glory
Oh.
book, which is in gold.
Oh.
What is that? What was the one that started with a D again?
The dire flail. That's the most
Yeah, what's-
expensive one. 90 GP each. Well, ceramic
What's-
pieces.
Oh,
How much damage does it do? What's the difference?
The dire flail does 2d for piercing and bludgeoning. It has bypass, double-sided, heavy, and two-handed.
And the normal flail is a one-handed weapon.
Normal flail is a one-handed weapon with bypass. It ignores shields.
Yeah, can I get 2 of those?
20 ceramic pieces, you get 2 flails.
Yep, I have 20 some pieces.
All right.
damn, what
I'll
else?
take-
We're doing that shit today.
I'll take the constrictor if just to keep up my aesthetic of being a snake person.
All right.
Aren't you the king of rats? You have an army of rats.
That is true. You have 2 snakes and an army of 8 rats.
I think you're more of a rat king than a snake person.
Hey, don't worry, we're having the rats go shit in people's mouths.
I'd rather have them crawl down their throats when they're sleeping.
We just start eating them from the inside out. But a normal person would wake up on like the first thing they feel in their mouth. Like, how are
The
they
first
gonna
thing they
not
feel in
feel?
their throat, yes, they would probably be choking on a rat.
I mean, they could easily get it out, unless there's like small rats already down their throat.
Can you die from a rat down your throat?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh
You should
my-
hear about the medieval bucket rat torture.
Mm.
Yeah,
Gross.
fucking putting like a cage in there.
Yeah, put it on their tummy, light it on fire. That gets angry.
That's a
Oh, wow.
bad way to go.
What does a flail scale in?
What do you
That-
mean? What does it scale it? Bludgeoning damage?
Damage type. It's bludgeoning or piercing.
Okay.
If it has like a spiked head, yeah, it could be piercing, I guess.
It lists both
mean,
here, which means it can be either.
We'll just
Wait,
say
is
that
it-
he has 2 cat o' nines.
It counts as both. It's a big heavy thing with spikes on it.
How does that work for like damage resistance, by the way? Like if it has both?
Mm. Good question. I don't know.
Like if it has one, then they're like, oh, if you're resistant to bludgeoning, but it does also piercing, then it doesn't resist it?
I guess you would resist half the damage. Knock off a quarter.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
use strength as a stat to attack with, right?
I missed that.
For a
Say again.
flail. I use stat as the strength to attack with when using a flail, right?
Unless it says finesse on it.
Flail is not a finesse weapon, so you got to use strength for it.
Right? And it does how much?
1d8, and it weighs 2 pounds.
Okay.
And it has the special property bypass, which means it wraps around a shield and hits the enemy in the face anyway.
Yeah. We'll just say that you have a couple of cat o' nines from the Christ movie.
Cat and nines. I'm looking that up.
Cat o' nines is a special flail that they used in that the Romans used in the Christ movie to whip Jesus.
They're used, weren't they also used on board ships to maintain morale?
Possibly. I don't know all the historical implications of the cat o' nines.
It hurt.
It hurt.
Ah, look at this. Now your Inix Warhouda is actually like, it's got like a thing on top where you can put the 4 soldiers.
I can't get over the flat dinosaur. I'm sorry.
So you got these guys with crossbows now, so you could put them in the Inix, and they could be like a little tank and drives around shooting. Nobody can get to your archers because they're up on top of this howdah shooting down.
It's perfect.
How the?
It's an
Yep.
Wait,
Try
can the
my
Enix
hardest not
actually
to make
carry
fun of
more than like 1 or 2 people?
He bought a howdah. A howdah is a 4-seated wooden frame that goes on the back of the Inix. So the Inix runs along, and the guys sit on the seats on the back of the frame here and take shots.
So shouldn't there
Yeah,
be
but
4
there's like
people?
10 of them.
And the fighters on the Howdah can determine the amount of cover they are getting.
You guys are welcome to buy more things like this. If you want to have yourself a cavalry, just buy a bunch of animals to ride.
How many? How many you guys want?
They are pretty expensive.
They are
This Enix
expensive.
cost me. It cost me this Enix cost me 100 copper. Well, CP. This
We have-
war
I have-
Enix, not a normal one.
I have 400.
What?
Actually, since what's his name? Since Grimorn isn't here, we can just use his funds. Whatever
Oh,
funds he has.
wow.
How much money does he have?
He'll be here in like an hour. Give him time.
So are we actually making a cavalry, or is this?
I mean,
It's an
yes,
idea.
yeah.
It's something you can
A
do.
cavalry. Sounds like a good idea for the crossbows. Yeah.
Turn these average fighters into an actual effective fighting unit? Pog.
We are making these guys level 1 tonight.
Level 1 tonight.
Yeah, so how many?
I-
How many are we buying?
They are non-named people. They will die.
Chris, I'm naming
Oh,
that one Chris, naming that one Cross, that one Tom, that one Jerry, and
So-
that one Michael.
Here's a note. Every one of these spearmen back here has a spear, and spears have mounted strikes. So if they did have mounts, they'd be even more effective.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
there's like 100 of them. We can't buy 100 mounts.
No. It would be quite expensive.
I mean, it's probably going to be better for the crossbows people done.
If the lords aren't already supplying it, that means we probably don't have the funds to supply it.
I mean, we could send our most persuasive party member to go to like the stables and say, "Hey, we'll give you X amount of funds after winning the war if you donate your animals to us."
And then we proceed to leave the city and never come back.
That is
I mean, that's up
evil.
to you.
Yeah, I'm thinking that is evil, but I like it.
It's like
What if it's
100
doing
ceramic pieces for a kank. You wouldn't be able
Well,
to
can I
get.
try that?
You wouldn't be able to get much of a cavalry. Maybe 1 or 2. Although I'm not sure how much money some of you have. Maybe you can still afford it.
How much did this war Enix cost?
Hmm.
It's at the animals at the top of the chart. You got it.
An
Yeah,
Inix
they're
was
not
100
cheap.
ceramic pieces.
Not too keen on buying a bunch of mounts for randos. Maybe for ourselves as like just to look like commanders. Be like, we have the mounts. We have the
Wow.
captains.
I'm
Yeah, and
Party.
those, and make yourselves priority targets. Good idea.
We can determine how much cover we get if we get a Howdah.
For only 25 ceramic pieces, you could get an untrained kank. They're not as good. They'd probably need some training before they're real effective, and they'd always have to make animal handling checks before doing anything, but it'd be something. It's more affordable than buying trained kanks.
Yeah, I don't think these untrained rabbles can roll animal handling checks.
This is a war Enix. This thing cost me practically a fortune.
Yeah,
I like smack the roof of
I have animal handling.
it's not going to help them, though.
Right, but yeah, you're not writing it for them.
I mean, I could take control of 1 kank. That'd be that.
Right, but we're talking about an army here.
This I smacked the
Animal.
roof of the war Enix. This war Enix cost me 100 copper pieces. It can carry 4 people and can run 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's not a bad investment for this, really.
Where are the animals at in the DM rules?
I'll find the
Here
website.
it is. Never mind. I found it.
You got it?
That's fine. Yeah. I'll be right back.
How much is cheap basic armor?
Yeah, these guys have no armor.
10 ceramics? Let me check. You guys want leather or bone? Is leather or bone better?
I'll
we
try
want
to look
padded.
for a cheap armor
want-
here.
Padded?
Yeah, we want padded.
5 CP.
See, here's the thing. Historically, the best armor to wear, except for really, well, at least not marching wise, so don't wear it when you're marching. But a gambit has been historically the go-to armor for
Padded armor is
infantry.
basically a gambeson. So if you're getting it 5 CP each, there was no money left in the fund, but if anybody wants to throw in some more money, you could buy a bunch of padded armors.
Alright,
I think
how much Steve we need? 200?
I was gonna say I think I have one more gold piece I can put towards.
A gold will buy you 20 leather, or not leather, 20 padded armors.
Ooh.
Trying to see who to put them on.
And the nice thing about gambesons is that they're usually resilient to arrows because they're
Oh,
padded,
that
thick
is-
layers of.
Yeah.
We have 130 non-armored people.
So none of Trithani's regulars have armor. None of the bandits or volunteers have armor.
I don't think the monks are gonna get any because they basically unarmed.
None of the irregulars, the Trithani irregulars, have armor. The
Aren't they like level 0 monks
Alright.
though?
I'm back.
Do they? I don't think they get that talent. Was it class feature?
Soul, do you want to spend some more money and give people armor?
yeah, probably not.
How much does it cost?
The
That's
the
real
monk
question.
armor thing. What level does that come in? Like 3?
Like
We don't,
first
we don't
level.
have unlimited resources. What am I
No,
about-
it's like first level, but still, like, it's because they're level 0, right?
Yeah, the volunteers are not class leveled.
Yeah, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
have any class features then.
The padded armor is 5 CP. Jordan.
So with 1 gold
Like,
piece, you can
how
buy
much is it?
20 padded armors.
Is it worth it?
How much would 10 silver give?
10 silver is 100 ceramic pieces. That would
this-
also give you 20.
None
What?
of them have long spears, right?
No. They
For
are all
with
regular
reach.
spears with mounted strike.
I
Okay.
give like 10 silver, so they get an extra 20.
All right, we have to pick like 2 units to get armor then. So take your pick.
It's your choice, guys.
Shouldn't we have the spearmen in the front and the archers in the back?
What I wanted to do was like have like 2 or 3 of them have like armor and regular spears, and then like the other 2 or 3 that are in the back with long spears with reach. So they could kind of make a formation and everybody stabby stab.
Wait, if I were to try to roll a persuasion check to get some what's it called? Kinks, you say they're called, right? If I were to roll a persuasion check to try to convince the stable owner to give us some kinks, how many would we get if I succeed?
Maybe 1.
What can we do with 1 kink, guys?
Actually, 4 people.
We already have 1 king.
Yeah, we only got 1.
The padded armor raises their AC by 2.
Yeah, just 1,
1.
I think.
Oh,
Studded leather would do 2.
Wait, oh, duh? Oh, wait,
And
hang on,
then-
let me check.
is a shield more expensive?
Shield is twice as expensive as the padded armor.
And uses an
But
arm.
it does give 2C. Okay.
What if we
Oh,
undo the
yeah.
shields? What if we undo the shields so that we can armor up everybody with padded armor?
I do
shield's
not
better.
suggest it. The padded is 45 CP. Is not a good idea.
Yeah,
45?
I've seen it for 5. You can get it for 5 if you get low quality stuff.
Okay, I was like, holy shit.
Okay, because I'm
45?
looking. Okay.
Get the bargain bin stuff.
I saw my generator spit out one that was only 3.75 because it was made out of inferior materials. But the average cost is 5 ceramic pieces. So if
I
you're
mean,
buying in
if
bulk,
we
it would
if
be
we
5.
do a bulk buy, if we do a bulk buy, I mean, we should have a little bit of grounds to haggle on the price because that's a lot of coin exchanging hands.
To buy this much gear, you're actually going to have to go to every shop and buy out their entire stock. So you're really not going to have the chance to
We're
buy it
helping
all in
stimulate
one
the
spot.
economy.
There's a couple armor and weapon shops around town, and some smaller dealers like maybe the guild houses. They might have some as well. So you're going to have to go around and acquire this stuff from all over the place. So haggling on a mass purchase is probably not too likely to benefit you at all.
Dang.
Damn.
It would average out to the same amount in the long run. So is everybody too broke to buy stuff at this point?
I have 2 ceramic pieces to my name.
All right.
I have like 70, I think.
Wait, you said so we bought 20 more armors for that was 100?
I do have more, but I'm saving it.
Yeah, we still got to pick out which 2 units are going to get that armor.
We should have 1 unit on the north and south flank for the prisoners because we want them to feel safe, secure, and willing to be in this fight.
Well, I'm just going to take these 2 and I'm going to put it on them, and then you can move them where you want. So these guys now have padded AC +1.
I'll throw 150 on these guys.
Damn.
They can all have armor too.
All right.
I mean,
That would actually
Since
be.
I guess I'm commanding them.
It's 30.
ow! Fucking.
It's 30 people, so 30 times 5 is. Oh yeah, you're right. That is 150. All right. So all of these guys are going to have padded armor as well.
We're doing good, boys.
Yeah. All right. So all these guys are a little better equipped. So now we're done, right? Nothing else. Moving on. So the
Never moving on. We are never going to the desert.
You're in the desert.
It's not happening.
The army leaves. Let's see what the
We're
weather's
not
like. I refuse.
Well,
I have
The entire
I
army
have
develops
druid
agoraphobia and
craft. I can
refuses to leave.
actually, I have druid craft. I can see what the weather is going to be like before it actually turns to that.
It's gonna be hot.
How hot is it?
Too hot.
Too hot to handle?
Here, I'm gonna move the map over here, and I'm gonna pack this board for a moment. Leave your figurines where they are, because we're coming back to it.
no.
Not people disappeared.
I have to go to the
Battle.
world map, because we're in the
Battle
world
time.
now.
Wonder how many d20s can I roll?
All of them. You just need to believe.
We need some sort of token for the party's location.
Did you used to have like a little red marker for like the party
Yeah.
spot.
I got this. Hang on.
If it's gonna be hot, I think for the day we should march at half speed, so that nobody
Yeah.
gets exhausted.
Probably for the best, yes. I'll also be selling my poison ivy for people. No.
All right, guys. You set out
Ugh.
from the city of Tyr. Finally, after all this time preparing for the war. And here you can see you've got your map and your course, and you begin traveling southeast out of Tyr. So when you leave through the eastern gate of Tyr, it enters out into the wide world here, and you travel through the lush farmlands surrounding Tyr, carefully manicured and kept in fine shape. It is the greenest part of the world. But soon after you leave the farms and fields of Tyr, you enter out into the wide world where it is a harsh desert environment. As far as the eye can see, there is just tumbleweeds and cacti, desert sands, and rocky rubble. And after many, many hours of travel, during the harsh conditions of the burning sun, everybody is exposed to the elements and has to drink a whole bunch of water and eat, and you'll make camp here at the end of the day, right here. I'll make a roll or two.
So, what am I rolling? What's the difficulty for provisions for foraging?
20.
Survival.
Yeah, and let's see. Dagger Maw will be helping with that, so she's got +6 and advantage.
I can help as well.
Hold up, I'll be back.
I do have survival.
Yeah, but then you'd need to move at half speed, whereas so 19 I did
Aren't
not.
we moving at half speed with the entire army?
Yeah, but then you'd count as basically doing a full day's exertion. Basically, one of the advantages of being a ranger is you don't take any penalties to foraging or alternatively stealthing in overland movement while going at full speed. But if we were going half speed and you're doing those things, then you'd get the same level of exhaustion as if you had moved full speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I failed
Oh well. Harsh
by
environment.
1.
You're not always going to find some stuff out there.
We came close. She got a good sniff on something. We almost tracked something down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna have to get off at 11 o'clock.
All right.
Oh,
You got something to do
that
tomorrow?
happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going over my
Fair.
dad's house, which last time I had 2 power outages. I had no reason I couldn't join last session.
Oh, wow. Tough on at Dad's place.
Bye.
He still has an hour, dude.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
They're prematurely telling you bye.
Why? You guys are
Man,
assuming I
it's
won't have
one
any
person.
powers?
No, I thought you were going to bed right now.
Oh, no, at 11.
Let's see. I left out 2 of the generals. So I'm trying to find figurines for them. Jasila and Styan. Styan was the Templar guy, and Jasila was the leader of that other faction. So I need a good Templar image. Templar. Yeah, this one will do.
The night one seems pretty good.
Yeah, sorry I forgot to mention them. There is Jasila and Styan. They were given the lieutenant position in early days. You heard about that quite a while ago.
Oh my
Styan,
god, look at all these tokens.
Yeah, what happened?
Styan was the one that you almost replaced with Girius, but decided against it.
Oh, I thought you said Saya. I was like, wait, what happened to that guy that was constantly following us around, asking us about our adventure?
We killed him.
Did you guys actually kill
Nah.
Sorry.
him? Wait, Long,
We found-
is he serious?
We fed him to the dogs. He deserved it.
Rip.
Damn, he's actually dead, huh?
F in the chat.
Yeah.
What happened?
Lots of things happened. Once you left, a whole lot of things happened. We had to kill him for food.
You guys,
They ate him.
Okay, I'm back. My
Cannibalism.
brother keeps calling me from Costco of what I want or what we need. So.
Mhm.
wait. So you, Psycho, is this true?
10-pound tub of mayonnaise. Mm.
He's
Psycho.
like, do we still have Kraft single juice? I'm like, yeah, we have like 100 of them. We have like 250 packs. What? He's like, oh, it's on sale. I'm
20-pound
like, okay.
jar of peanut butter.
Is he actually dead? Like seriously? Like you
Yes.
guys killed
Yeah, we killed him. We needed the food. We were stuck in a time portal.
None of this is true.
So- oh, okay. Like with the time portal part, I was like, did I miss that much?
Wow.
Like, wait
Why
a
are you
minute.
trying to eat a party member? What is this?
Not
oh, yeah,
a not a
Chik-
party
Is
member,
Chikaran
an
still
NPC.
like joining us?
Yeah, that's a good question. Are you bringing Chichikaran?
I mean, an extra fighter.
It's like a frog.
Oh, yes. I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah, bring him along.
Isn't he just like a pack mate? Like he just always follows you?
He
Yeah,
is
he's
definitely always following Brenta.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just pops out of your backpack saying, "Hello there."
Yeah. I forgot he
Yeah.
kind of follows us. You know, he'll be handy when we go into like dungeons and stuff because he can stay outside with the Kenkin cart and make sure we don't get robbed.
There's
Well, he can also wield 4 weapons.
Yes.
Long,
He's useful in a multitude of ways.
long.
Yes.
When the army makes camp on the first night after a long day of travel, you are approached. You are approached by Rikus. And he's going to tell you that neither Styan nor Jasila can be trusted. And he says,
Yeah,
although
the other two.
he trusts
commanders
Ganon, he feels like he's gonna need you to keep an eye on things. And
have tried to split up the two girls.
he's going to give you your orders, right? He wants you to keep an eye out for the enemy. He's aware of Rentz's ability, probably. And so he is giving you the task of keeping an eye out for the enemy in the forward position. So he wants you to be sort of the vanguard
Okay.
ahead of
So
the main body.
I'm rolling perception then.
Nah, you don't have to do that. This
like
is
night
this
watch.
is more of a
Okay.
RP thing because he made you a lieutenant, and so these are like the orders he's passing down to you that you're gonna get this map that's on the board here, and you have broad leeway to make decisions here about where the army goes and what decisions they make. Or you're part of the army. There's like a larger army, but your group of the army is like one section of it. And different parts of the army are doing different things. So Rikus is off doing his own thing a lot of the time. Him and Neva and a portion of the army. Let's see. All right. He wanted to know where your scouts will be and what they will be doing and what your troops will be doing and what their orders are. So everything that we just did for like the last hour and a half, all of that is like stuff that Rikus is going to ask you about. And you guys have already figured it out. And so once you run that by him, he's going to nod solemnly and say, your plan is good. We'll go with that. And so once he's been filled in.
We just give him the worst plan ever.
Well, I mean, you equip the army, you got yourself an APC and some ranged attacks, and so you are definitely working to improve the quality of the army, and
we
Caster
even
Blaster's
feel
doing
like
some training, so that's helping as well.
Hey, yo, can we make a UAV? Like, is there a flying animal we can just like attach like it's droppable explosives to?
Hmm.
That's
Train them to attack
that's what
things.
Valenzo is.
We need an if we get an artificer, we just need to make a UAV.
I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't know how you could do that.
Is it possible to get an artificer in this game?
Not really.
Okay, good.
Artificers don't exist.
That would be tough.
Not yet. Not yet.
I
This,
mean,
this is a
it's
this
not
is a primal timeline, not an age of technology.
it's not impossible, but it wouldn't fit the setting very well.
Yeah. Also, they got bone magic.
Bone magic.
That's called necromancy.
Skeletal jiggy wig.
Hey, necromancy when you make it a gun out of it.
All right, so Rikus is going to ask you several questions during the meeting because some things he considers important, and he wants to make sure that you're not going to make a bunch of stupid decisions. So he wants to know about areas patrolled. So you had those 4 quadrants, right? Is that is that basically how you want to arrange everything?
Are you talking about like with the gladiators in the front and like having all of like the spearmen on the side and stuff?
Yeah. When you tell Rikus your areas patrolled, like what sections things are on, he is going to grunt and tell you that it's pointless to put troops behind us because Tyr is safe, and it's pointless to put troops to the south because the enemies are coming from the northeast. So he doesn't like your areas patrolled initially.
You can always
That
change
may
up.
be true, but there are other dangers in the wasteland of a desert that could come from the south and or the west.
All right. So the next thing he asks about is the division of units. The players must assign specific units to patrol each area. You've basically done that.
We can at least just have like a few, yeah, like scouting. Not, I wouldn't say scouting parties, but like patrolling units around the cart, but not have like the bulk of our like evenly spread
And
out
we-
along those edges, I guess.
And we do have our ranger who has the 5-mile radar going.
Yes.
As long as they're humanoids.
When you explain the division of units, Rikus is pleased with some of it, but then he tells you that he's going to sneer at the slightest suggestion that farmers and ex-slaves can work well without supervision. So he will tell you it's probably
have-
better if you put some trained
Sorry.
trained regulars in any group, in any patrol section.
I thought the slaves and
That's
farmers
what
were
I
already
was
being
saying
monitored.
before.
Yeah, Diamond did say that earlier. So Rikus is backing up what Diamond said. He also thinks that you need to have more skilled people in charge. You can't have a unit entirely made of farmers and ex-slaves.
Yeah. I guess we can still change the battle format, like just go back to it while we are back up and running. Get so maybe Morg's friend can help us with that.
Gregor of Tyr.
Yes, he's probably gonna be one of the good gladiators to have on the slaves and farmer side.
I kept the gladiators
You
separate
mean the-
because they're all named individuals of higher level, so any of them would make a good leader for any section of your army.
Yeah, so get Gregor to do the farmers and slaves, and like so I'm already doing the bandits and guys like those people.
All right.
And we got the rest.
Well, hang on. Before we do too many what ifs, let's finish the RP section. So he asks about security. Rikus wants to know how you plan to prevent treachery. He's concerned about the Templars,
Good
for
if
one.
we-
Persuasion.
Would it be good if we kind of split up like all of the gladiators to sort of have each of them sort of survey like a group of like a small their own squadron of like 10 people?
You could do that. So Rikus is concerned that the Templars might betray the entire army to the Urukites. He has a pretty low opinion of the Templars, obviously. But he likes your idea of putting a gladiator in charge of individual units. He trusts gladiators and respects gladiators above pretty much anybody else. Next, he asks about reporting. He wants you to report only to him or to Neva, his partner Neva. Because as he said, he doesn't trust the others. He thinks
Well,
that
the Traxxas
Jasila and
really-
Styan could have their own objectives, and we don't know what they are. We can trust the gladiators, we can trust each other, but we can't trust the others.
Traxxas will pipe up and say, but if we don't have good cohesion with the entirety of the army, then it'll just be the gladiators and ourselves who will be the main fighting force. And if we don't have the other units backing us because of poor communication between each other, well, then it's just going to be a bloodbath
Right.
for us.
All right. So after hashing all that out, he'll say your plan's not perfect, but it's probably good enough. So he approves your plan, and you're sent back to the camp. He says he wants those patrols to start at daybreak tomorrow after you camp for the night. I'm sure the camp has enough people that somebody will be on guard 24/7. So if there's an ambush, you'll have early warning. And so everybody rest for the night. I'm going to make a weather roll here. Oh, it's bad. During the night, it gets really, really cold.
Everybody, go inside the sand, do some sand blankets.
We have a covered wagon. Just hop in the Kenken cart.
Yes, and just in case people cannot fit in, do the sand blankets.
Is it possible to sleep inside of my Enix's stomach and have him send me out in the morning?
You're trying to do the Star Wars thing.
It
Really?
smells worse on the inside.
You're killing
Oh.
you're killing your only cavalry unit. I hope you know that.
I'm not killing it. Like, I mean, like, have it eat me and then, like,
So,
or
Well-
that's not possible, I guess.
so does the sand blankets help?
Sand blankets? Oh, yeah, when we used to bury ourselves in the sun. Slave pit training, ho!
Guys, we have shelter. The Kenken cart is a covered
And
wagon.
we more than likely have tents that we can set up.
Yeah, it's not going to help the entire army, though. It'll help you guys.
No. Yeah. I'm worried about the players right now.
Wait, of course we'll have, like, players staying awake during the night, right? To guard the... Oh, we already
Yeah,
have that.
all I have to do is like normal elf stuff, trance, 4 hours of sleep.
Wait, you don't need sleep? Yo, let's go. Talk.
No, not really. I still need sleep, but after like 4 hours, I'm good. Normal elf stuff. It's like I'll take the next patrol or some shit.
Let's see here. So Lieutenant Styan is on the wagon because he's the lieutenant of the Templars here. He's a little too big, though. Let me shrink him down. So I'm going to put him over here.
That's what she said.
And then Jasila, I think she's... Yeah, where would she be? I'm going to put her on the cart, too. Since they were like the lieutenants that were decided by Tithian. You have Jasila, Styan, and Rikas are like the three main leaders, so I'm going to put them on the cart.
So for the units that don't have protection from the elements, I'm thinking body piles with blankets.
Well, like I said, the sand
Body
pile.
piles?
Oh yeah, like you hug each other, get all people's body warmth.
Okay, so Long, you had that meeting with Rikas, and he had several demands, so it's up to you to make that stuff happen at this point.
We can help.
Do you
You
remember
don't
what all his
sure.
requests were?
Took notes.
Some of them were to move some of the army away from the west and south, to not convey stuff to Styan and Jasila, and also that the peasants and ex-slaves need better leadership.
Okay, so the back group,
Oh.
they are trained spearmen led by Paolik Vordman, the dwarf, so they don't need any supervision. The
How about this?
irregulars
Oh.
here, these guys all do need supervision. And Lieutenant Irvis is shit, so he's not going to be helpful. But you guys are
Yeah.
in this section right now, so you guys can supervise any of the people here, including all of these scrubs that got recruited or volunteered.
Let's move this guy and tell him to go in the shit pile of the dinosaurs and get.
Well,
Where is he?
let's
Where-
not metagame too hard. You will hear rumors that his troops don't like him all that much, but they're just rumors, and you haven't actually seen him like give any bad orders yet. So
Well, of course we have seen him and we have
What's
seen him
the-
do his work.
it wouldn't
So
make
it'll be a
sense
good
to
idea.
it wouldn't make sense to put a lieutenant in the shit for nothing. He would be quite displeased, and he'd go to his boss and he would complain.
Put a lieutenant in the shit. Yes, that sentence was perfect.
How about
I-
we get
I mean,
Greg
I
and Theo?
have-
How about that? We did agree on this, right?
He's going to tell you, I am the commander of these units. Tirthani himself told me I was to command them, and I will not command less than half of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna tell him that he's shit. No. I'm just gonna have like Gregor Tyre just like always supervise him, just to make sure he ain't doing a shit job, because we know he's a shit person in his life fits.
All right.
Only eat shit.
So Gregor of Tyr over here, and
I
you
would-
put Ganon in charge of the other guys.
I would move the engineers down here because they're not like super duper combat people.
Yeah, they don't actually have training. They are regulars, so
And then
Rikus
well,
wants
we don't
them
need-
watched.
And then
We-
I
we
would
don't need a lot
swap. I would swap the rear guys over here to the north,
Yeah,
and then I
put,
would have Lieutenant Gannon and his group
um,
guarding the rear,
We're
just
already
kind of surveying the back in case something like circles around.
we're already walking, right?
Oh yeah, you've been traveling all day. Technically, you're actually doing the camping at night before you set out the next morning.
How much does
Right.
armor cost? Like a set of armor? Who's asking?
You're like an entire day's travel from town, so you can't buy anything anymore.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, what's the cheapest armor? I'm a bardic creation. Remember?
5 ceramic pieces.
That's it.
That's a padded
How much
armor.
is that? Like 50 gold. Like, I'm talking
The
about like,
engineers would be closer to the cart, just so that
Yeah.
they're like more
A ceramic piece is
defended.
equivalent to a gold in regular D&D.
should we split these two people? We go with like 20 on one side and then 20 on the other side. Make sure nothing is breaking. Make sure everything's up to good, up to well.
Lieutenant Phelan insists on staying with his engineers. They work best
Yeah.
together.
Oh, he's a half elf. Oh shit.
hey yo, my boy, my guy, how's it hanging me, Watson? What's up, mate?
This dude's a half elf. Okay.
Hey yo, my boy, my guy, my compadre.
All right, not
mi
too many
amigo.
around, but he is one.
Hey, que pasa? What's up?
Not only is he a half elf, but he is the respected lead senior apprentice to Turloff, the counselor of the entire what should we call it? Craftsman's Guild.
Fuck, I got my finger stuck in a water bottle. Hey, mi pasa?
I mean, I was not expecting a half elf to have this privilege, privilege.
That was
That's
a
racist.
that was a really important pre-war quest. The determination whether you went with Turloff or Syntha. If you went with Syntha, your army would have gotten a shit ton of high quality free gear. But you went with Turloff, so you got these guys instead.
I mean,
I mean, having engineers is nothing to scoff at. Having utility in an army is, I mean, in my opinion, it's better than any equipment that you can buy.
yeah, and also to make
Not
sure that
magical.
the card.
It
also to
specifically
make-
says they can build siege engines and other things like that. So if you need to like build a ballista or a catapult or something, they're your men.
Right, but where do we get the materials from to do that?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh
From
yeah.
the
Yeah, I
From
think you
the
should have
crates
put the equipment.
inside-
I
from
guess
the crates
here
inside the
to,
big wagon. I mean, here's what I'm thinking. When we start using up materials inside of the crates inside of the big wagon, we can use the wood from from those crates to as building materials.
Right, I hope you understand that ballistas are made of just more than purely wood.
yeah. Also,
Right.
should we? Do you guys want to try and see if we can move the archers, or you want to keep them over here? Because there seems to be too many people, I think, over here.
Yeah, Rikus did say these sides are not a concern.
Oh shit! I just remembered. Oh damn. Never mind.
So I'm thinking, should he said he wants half, so take one of these guys, or maybe two of these guys over here.
Now this is half because the other half was moved to the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is half.
Or yeah, they were moved here. So
Alright. And what are these? There's a bit. Do you guys
These are the trained ones in the north, and they're led by Lieutenant Alex.
I
Um,
think
about
we
this?
can send I think we can send the slave unit on the southern flank to a different flank because we have the whole party on the southern flank. So basically, we're an entire legion by ourselves because of all of our powers combined. So we can afford to send that battalion to a different flank.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about putting the archers in on the north flank.
Wait, what about the guys on the way? What about Skip, bro?
Skip.
Yeah,
So
I named
Skip-
it.
So
Yeah,
skip the
really.
one that's riding the cavalry thingy.
Yeah, unless you want to split up the archers, then I don't think that's a good idea.
I call him Skip because it reminds me of SCP-682.
Oh.
Skip.
Well,
Should
I mean,
we be
we
stationed
should
somewhere besides the south side?
we should keep our ranged people on the far side that the battle would be coming from. So it would be better if we kept all of our ranged people on the southern flank.
All right. Then okay. Since we're having the archers over here, I'm thinking maybe put the monks over here. How's that?
I can't really see anything because I'm
Well,
off
I mean, Norcus is the one that's commanding like the whole that unit. So you'd keep all of them together. Wouldn't really make a lot of sense to split them up. So
Yeah,
my other question was, are we going to move our entire party with Norcus to this side?
Yeah, we got Gregor Teal.
And yeah, and I would leave Gregor up here because I trust him to be over here with the other guy.
Makes sense. I have a lot more on one side, and then we got the archers over here.
And if anything of major combat happens with either one, the cavalry can sort of be more mobile and move to the front
All right.
that side.
Is there a cantrip that heals people?
Yes.
Yes.
It's called Short West.
Now, isn't there
I
like a healing word or something that's a
No,
bonus
healing
action?
words, but healing
It's
words.
a level 1 spell.
Mm.
It's not cantrip.
There's definitely
It's a bonus action.
there's a cantrip that heals you for 1 hit point. I forget what it's called.
It's just
Nah.
mending.
Are you talking about spare the dying?
It does not heal you. It only goes to it only makes you just.
If you're on the ground making death saves,
stabilizes you.
1 HP.
Yeah. I guess that's the
I
only
mean,
one.
I do have the spell Goodberry. I could definitely be making potions and such.
Oh shit! You have good belly. Oh no.
I mean, I have a spell
They don't
component.
make potions, but
I
yeah.
mean, like good belly will help us when we're not in the middle of 300 people.
He's a druid.
You know how druids are. If people find him doing good belly, they're gonna make him a slave.
Wow,
Yeah,
never.
well.
Not like that's happened before.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I'm gonna keep the engineers slightly towards the front, closer to the gladiators, and
No,
yeah, and then
Oh, no,
Lieutenant
it
Gallant
doesn't-
should be close to the rear of the cart.
Yeah. So
The mech attack.
while we're traveling, every night before I go to bed, I'm going to use all my castings of Goodberry to make good berries to give out to the troops.
All right.
They don't give nutrients. Remember that.
They're only a 1 hit point heal, but
I know.
that still helps. If somebody's dying, they can pop a berry in their mouth and bring them back to life.
Yeah,
I mean, I suppose
emergency
since
good
all of them
berries.
have like 5 HP for the untrained people, that actually helps a lot.
Yeah, it's like a 20% heal. Oh boy.
1d4 of trip damage.
All right. So, the night was incredibly cold, and you instructed people to bury themselves in sand. The next
As
day,
well as group up.
the next day, when you muster troops, you'll find that there were 4 deserters. This unit of irregulars now only has 6.
Well,
This one right here.
shit.
4 deserters during the night because it was super cold and they were not equipped well enough, so they abandoned.
Okay, it's only 4. It's all right. So next time, if it does happen again, we'll tell people to get close together while buried in sand.
That's an idea. All right, so
they weren't equipped well enough. They're the ones we gave armor to.
Yeah, that's what's bullshit. Damn. Okay, that's only like what? Like 15.
Here's the
nah,
thing.
hang on. Let me change it.
Here's the
It would have been
thing.
one of these unequipped guys,
Okay, thank God.
not this one. They saw those other guys getting armor, and they were like, "Well, we don't get any armor," and some of them got angry and left. So, 4 deserters in the night. The next morning, everybody awakes. You've given orders. They move to their new positions on the flanks. You have a lot less troops to the rear and to the south. But your strength in the front is about the same. Your strength in the north has been vastly improved. And you set out. It takes a while to break camp. When you have a group this size, it probably takes an hour or two to pick up and begin moving. But you travel throughout the day, and
Hopefully today's good.
you aren't battered by the sun as much. There's a little bit of cloud cover and a cool breeze, so it's not too bad throughout the day.
I mean, hey, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Cool bleed.
I'll go back to the book here and see what happens today.
Left.
Wait, who left?
His eye.
Diamond.
Diamond
His
left?
phone died?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think his phone died.
Shit.
Wait, why can't he join on his computer? Is something going on?
I mean, it was expected to happen at least.
Diamond's not at
I
home.
love-
He had to go on a work trip.
Yeah, he's.
Man,
This is bound to happen. He's not at his house.
Speaking of not being home, I will not be home next Wednesday night. I'm going to attempt to play via phone and tablet, but we'll have to see how that goes.
But we might have a new player, Map.
Map? Whoa! That's such a cool name.
Or is it?
That was
No,
Mob.
it's Mob. It's Mob. Sorry.
Oh, nah, never mind. That name sucks ass.
Mob is
I was-
cool.
I was
It's
gonna
like
start
Mob
doing that
Psycho
Dora the
100.
Explorer thing.
Hey, didn't you like that?
Mob, Map, Mop. I knew it was something like that.
Didn't you like Mob Psycho?
I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
Mob Psycho was great. I'm a big
Mob
fan.
Psycho season 1 and 2 was amazing. People would criticize it for the art style, but the fight scenes were fantastic.
I love the art style. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
There were
it is.
fight scenes.
Yeah. plenty,
There were
like-
2. Yeah.
Well, what do you consider a fight?
He just gets angry and then they explode. It's not a
like-
fight.
Mob isn't really that strong. There are a ton of strong psychics in the season. The end of season 1, the mid-season 1, there's a bunch of fights in season 2.
During the day,
I did not watch season.
everybody roll a perception check.
Oh boy, here
Perception.
we go.
Perception. Hey yo, combat encounter. +1 for perception. I'm about to fail.
It's a 2, and then let me add a neck.
So his first roll was
Mine
So-
is an 18. Let me roll extra.
Daggermaw's got 23.
Oh shit, wrong character. Why did I roll it like that? I don't even got a character.
18.
Okay, I get my 18. 1, 2.
Natural 20 plus 1.
Mine is a 23 psionic bonus.
Nat 20 plus 1. I got a nat 20. Fuck!
So Brensa and Daggermaw somehow both rolled 23s.
All right. So during your travels today, a bunch of you overhear one of the Minther's spearmen here, and what he's saying is, "This war's wrong. That Hamanu, he only wants to restore order to Tyr. After all, how can a city survive without a sorcerer king?"
Can I try to? I don't know.
Is Diamond back?
Yeah, I think he is.
All right, welcome
Yeah,
back.
Diamond.
We lost the war.
Yeah, like we got utterly decimated. It was not even close. We barely survived.
The enemy had a Tarask.
I very much doubt that.
Not enough time has
Yeah,
passed.
that's right.
There wasn't enough time in there to buy 10
For
shields.
the freedom of our city.
Haman came himself. and he
Slavery
quite
is what's
literally-
wrong.
Haman himself showed up and he just breathed on our entire enemy our entire force and just eradicated us in a second.
All right, well,
We
hang
have
on.
an Urukite sympathizer amongst us.
So the question is, what do you do about this? You've discovered an Urukite sympathizer.
Beat the
Can I
shit
convince
out of
him?
them.
Can I convince him?
Wait,
to not-
what?
Are we lynching this guy in public?
So-
Wait,
Come off
wait.
our wagon.
Hang on. So Diamond, if you missed it just now, so everybody made a perception check because there were rumors flying, and it was like one of these soldiers in the Minther Spearmen. He was saying, "This war's wrong. Hamanu only wants to restore order to Tyr. After all, how can a city survive without a sorcerer king?"
Beat the shit out of him.
Can I try to convince him to not think that way?
Well,
I'll have something even better. Traxxas will march up to that soldier and say, "Do you see what we're doing right now? Do you see how we are surviving? We are doing this without a sorcerer king. We are the real survivors. The city of Tyr is a survivor.
all
We
right.
do not need the high magic of sorcerer kings to live our lives."
Good
Well, this
speech.
equipment is pretty shitty though.
Sol,
Well,
Morg, Vrensa, do any of you say anything?
Oh, why is that? Would
Brensa-
you
I
rather?
was saying stuff earlier already.
Yeah. yeah.
You know,
Well, I
otherwise
mean,
that, would
you suggested a couple things, but I don't know if you did them. Did you actually like beat him up?
No,
Oh
no.
no, that
No,
so,
no,
so
no.
what I was saying was like that slavery is wrong. We don't need being under the sorcerer king and being slaves. That's the thing that's wrong. That's not right.
Okay,
Willing to
so
sacrifice freedom for comfortability.
that sounds like
What?
that sounds like a persuasion roll. Give me a persuasion.
And plus,
Okay.
he tried to kill us.
Yeah, our sorcerer king also tried to just sacrifice everybody. So yeah, so
Yo,
having a sorcerer
um,
king's not a great thing.
You would give up your free will so you don't have to think hard. That's crazy.
Someone give
Persuasion. I don't think I
more
have
guidance.
charisma. I have a negative
Wait,
one.
It's fine. Roll it with advantage because everybody is helping you out by saying a bunch of stuff. Too.
Okay.
Yeah. Can someone give him guidance?
I can give him bardic inspiration.
All right.
I can give
Do
you
it.
guidance.
Yes. A bardic inspiration plus.
guidance.
I cannot give you mine. I'm
Why
sorry.
not both?
Oh, please, well, my
Before I
dude.
roll.
Roll the bardic inspiration and guidance first, so we can add the modifier.
Yeah.
Bardic
you're rolling
inspiration
with
is what?
advantage.
So guidance is a
D6.
D4.
Bardic
and
inspiration is
D6.
D6. Yes.
Okay.
Like mid speech, like I'm just in the back strumming the guitar.
And you're rolling with
Come on.
advantage. Don't forget that.
I made sure your epic speech had background music.
Wait,
What
what
is
the
it?
fuck? How is this adding? I don't understand. Oh, it's not even counting the D4. So
12.
so it's supposed to be 12 plus 8
Hmm.
Yeah,
a
so that's
20.
a unnatural 20, which is perfect.
minus
Perfect.
1. So yeah, it's actually 19.
Dirty 20.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still
It's
perfect.
19.
It's a 19.
No combat encounter yet. Great.
But do you want to fight?
Like, you want to fight right now? Put him up, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. I stabbed him with my sonic knife.
Okay, we're just doing this.
The lynching thing was a question to the party, but like,
Gotcha.
but
Me.
me talking to him was like saying like slavery is what's wrong. We don't want to source.
That's what I was a little bit
backwards.
unclear on. Like, did you say
Okay.
we're gonna hang you?
Oh God.
I would have
Either
stabbed
that or
him with
my
my.
other suggestion was just like, well, this guy can go fucking sit at the city and we're gonna fight. If he doesn't believe in the war, why are you even here?
Norcus, are we doing it though? We scrapping, bro?
Okay. Well, you made a pretty convincing persuasion roll against him, so we'll see how that goes. You travel throughout the day. I said the weather was nice. You don't encounter anything on the road.
Hey, still lucky.
All right. Let's
No!
see.
Well,
I
it's when we
did
get
it.
off
That's
road
it.
that shit's gonna hit the fan.
Hey, Norcus, fight me.
You want to go, Blue? You want to go?
Wanna go, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Take shit off.
Norcus does have the come at me bro stance.
God damn.
What's next?
Well, did anything? I mean, there could be nomads out in the desert. Did our rangers radar ping anything?
Well, that's what I was saying. I rolled a 2 for encounters, so Varence's senses never detected anything, even out to 5 miles during most of the day. You're just traveling through empty desert. Really vacant, wide spaces. There's nothing but rolling tumbleweeds and rocks. A real blasted wasteland. All right. So after a day's travel, you arrive at the second encampment spot. And after making camp, everybody's settling down and eating their meals, drinking some water to replenish some of the sweat lost marching for an entire day. Let's see. Matters come to a head after leaving the Green Belt. Some of the citizens believe civilization ends at the edge of the desert. Monsters and savages lurk in the wilderness beyond. Most men never thought the army would leave the greensward, assuming that the battle would be fought somewhere close to the city. Now the men watch every notch and shadowed wadi of the stony barrens with fearful suspicion, strain already showing on their faces. While the troops are gathering wood
Can
for the
I-
night fires, there is a commotion from the Tirthani troops' camp. Irvis is heard bellowing all across the camp. 5 of his men were attempting to desert with food and supplies. Irvis,
Welcome.
pudgy, quivering, and livid once the 5 staked out to die in the sun or slowly tortured to death. The deserters are a wretched sight, trembling from fear and dehydration. It's clear Irvis has been withholding supplies from his men. The other commanders insist that the deserters be punished as an example.
Oh,
Can we punish tourists as well?
Well, a bunch of
These
you guys
guys
are
are-
commanders. You have some authority, so this is a situation that you can approach in any way you wish.
These guys are clearly
Okay.
suffering from dehydration. Man. We're just gonna let
So
them get.
you're holding the supply, the needs back.
You want to torture them for stealing supplies that they need to survive because you're a terrible ruler, well, leader.
Yeah, you're acting like just like your overseer back to the slave pit.
You're worse.
And plus, we have Gregor as a Tio next to him. So can't he just say anything about this? Because this is kind of wrong.
Gregor was probably the one that told you what was going on.
Oh,
So he saw there was a situation brewing, and he got your attention, so you could come over here and deal with it.
All right. I vote we put Urus in with the gladiators at the front.
Oh yeah, Sia. For the people that are scared of like the monsters, why don't you sing them like a song saying that everything will be alright?
You want me to use Song of Rest? I don't.
Yes,
For
I
that-
think that would help them. Like calm their minds to like,
They-
hey, we're not gonna die.
For Song of Rest, they'd have to be doing hit points. I could roll a Persuasion, or like what's that? What
Well-
check would that be to calm them down, Ninja?
Guys, I also want to do something to help with this. So I'm a wanderer. I have so much experience in the wastes out here that I could probably use my experience to say, hey, this is this, this is this. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Anytime
like
you
a
want to
handful.
convince an NPC, you either have to rely on persuasion, intimidation, or deception. Any of those three might do the job.
So roll a Persuasion check.
Yeah, I say Soul rolls of persuasion. I'll help him, and we get the guidance, and you get the bardic
8,
inspiration.
help me. I rolled an 8. Give me something.
Okay, so Soul is playing some music to entertain them and raise their spirits. They're complaining that they've been dehydrated and they needed water, and so they were going to steal it and run.
Someone give him a guidance.
Well,
Sure.
we give them the water, but we don't like Lieutenant Irvas because he is starving the soldiers that we need for the army.
Yeah, I think he should.
He is poorly managing his segment of the army.
Probably
Irvis
drinking all
Irvis
that.
says
Why I
that
said-
he refuses to be separated from all of his troops. So unless he's bringing his troops with him, he's not going to relocate to this section.
He doesn't have a
Oh,
choice.
he will locate, or we're leaving him in the wastes to die.
Yeah,
Go
You
to
can
the
go
time
back.
zone.
they're not going to follow you.
You're a terrible leader.
Yeah, we could ask them like if they're gonna follow you. They're not following you. you have no support.
Yeah, he's either going with the gladiators so that they can keep a tight eye on him, or he's just staying here, posted on a stake.
John, you got a 13 on that persuasion.
Hang on. Did you actually say that?
Please say yes.
Yes,
All right.
Traxxas will say that.
So Traxxas has threatened Dervis with being staked out, and he was the one saying that these deserters should be staked out. So he's a little confused.
Acting like back nose.
Act all innocent.
No wonder why we can't trust anyone. Yeah.
Irvas, you do realize they are trying to desert because of your kind of poor management by neglecting their needs.
All right. Well, he can't do anything. He can't fight you. So he will go here, but he will have resentment. So I'm making a note of it.
That's right, bitch.
Who else do we trust in the gladiator?
You've effectively stripped him of command, and he feels slighted.
Who do you-
Urgos the half giant, although he's not very I don't know if he would be great at command, but he is trustworthy that he would probably watch Irvas.
make sure he
I
doesn't
think-
go back to any of the groups over here.
So I guess Gregor of Tyr is in control of this group then.
Yes, he is, and he is
Yes.
the perfect one to go for. He's also a great man. Just look at that.
I mean,
Just look at that
He is,
smile.
he is charismatic in his own right.
I mean,
His
look at that
own
hand.
way. Anytime anyone says that just means they're really not that charismatic.
Look at this handsome face. Look at this Chad.
Wait, what face? I don't see it. I'm on Ninja Stream.
That's the thing. You have to zoom in. It's the guy from Austin Power, the evil guy.
Are you serious, Ninja?
Yes.
Can I check that?
Austin.
Oh yeah. If I zoom in on Gregor of Tyr, he's totally Dr. Evil from Austin Powers right now.
Perfect person for this job.
Oh my god.
He is a jacked Dr. Evil.
Oh my god.
You guys didn't notice that before?
$1 million.
I
this is
mentioned that when we were like in the slaves pits.
this is one of my
Gladiators.
proudest photoshops of all time.
It's so terrible.
But it's also
It's
so
amazing.
This
so good.
it's either a toss up. It's either this one or the half giant that had the annoying orange face. But it wasn't actually the annoying orange face. It was actually Gary Busey. It's just that Gary Busey has the annoying orange face.
Oh my.
He has that.
You mean the Donald Trump face?
And then
no,
we
we're-
got-
No.
And then we got to Chad Wolf, the abomination of a face.
Mm,
The Chad roll. What is wrong with him?
Yeah.
he looks
Show
okay.
him.
He looks like Skeletor.
Yeah, he's got.
Oh my God!
Or,
What?
or he looks like Deadpool after the surgery.
He's got his head turned to the
my-
side, and he's got no eyebrows, and his mouth looks a little skeletal. You got a point
And
there.
he looks like he has no like eyelids. What happened to him?
A lot of stuff happened back in the slave pits.
Many
That's in that smoke.
many people have slight mutations, so not everybody looks entirely normal.
I sent the
Dude will
smoke
be-
that mess. Now I have to liberate and free the city of Tyr.
All right,
from its-
moving on. We have more important things.
Okay, well, you guys dealt with the NPC situation there. So the next day, on to day 3. I'm gonna pack this and jump back to the other board. No need to move any figurines. We'll come back to it. So
Look at that mess. Now I have to
But
liberate
hopefully
Pack it.
Weakest is. I hope he's all right with what we just did.
He better be.
I mean, yeah, the dude's literally a dumbass because he doesn't know how to treat people nice.
That's why we put him with the gladiators. They ain't gonna treat him very nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't even have to execute him. The gladiators will do it for us, I think.
That's why he's on timeout until the war's over.
Did we actually just put him on timeout?
Yes, we did.
That's right, bitch.
go to the corner of the room, child.
Child.
a new day dawns after camping for the night. During the night, the weather got super cold again.
Everybody, get together. Go underneath the stand. Make sure no one is left behind. Make sure everybody is together. Get warm. Trust me, it will be a great idea. We can even put like a little fire next to you guys.
All right. It was so cold during the night that 3 people died of hypothermia.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, we already lost 3
We
people?
should
Wait,
wait.
what about that equipment?
The barrels and crates that we have that empty, we should turn those into fires.
Hey,
That's why I literally said we can give you fire. Like, we are good.
what about the equipment they dropped when they died?
You could collect it.
What?
You could put it on the wagon or give it to other people.
Give it to other people.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna take these
First.
3 from the least equipped group. The least equipped
Okay.
group has the least protection against the elements and would die first. So whoever's got no armor and a shitty weapon, some peasant ass dude would probably be the one that choked.
Okay, so they just drop like a spear then.
Okay, so
Nice thing about
after giving a quick burial to the deceased and collecting what useful belongings they had and throwing them on the wagon, the army moves forward.
I mean, at least we're not losing 10 people, but
Rest in peace, 3 nameless dudes.
I'm naming them Bob, Bill, and Billy Bob.
All right, so you're on the road, you're traveling. The desert is kind of vague and lacks any kind of detail for many, many miles. It's almost disorienting. You can't tell if you've covered any distance at all because there's no landmarks anywhere to be seen except for the flat, salt flats extending in every direction, reflecting heat back up at you. It's a pretty average day. It's not obscenely hot. It doesn't require double water rations or anything.
Hey, I seen that cactus. It even has the arrow I put there.
We have entered into heat
Yeah.
stroke. Seeing visions.
I see trees of green. We're in the desert. Red roses too. We're in the desert. Come on, calm down. I see blue. Oh, me and you.
Yeah. Don't forget to ration up units with good berries there, Ninja.
Yep, everybody gets good berries.
You
Or the
guys.
people who are dying in the cold, does Goodberry help them?
It says here you didn't punish the deserters, so other people deserted.
What?
Wow. It
Seriously?
says you lost 9 men.
Okay, that's bullshit.
Wow, that was 12 that night. That's a pretty big loss.
All right, how about we make an example of the next guys?
Well, we're getting close to Fort Scones, I can see.
Wait, I thought the people that were... Wait, are you talking about the people that weren't getting water?
Not them, but other members of the army, when they saw that you didn't punish deserters, they also deserted. That group that you
Right.
helped probably wouldn't have ran, but other people in the army did.
Are you talking about like the 4 deserters that didn't get armor?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back to the other map and see.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Did we have an option to punish the 4 people who were deserting with no armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you chose not
We
to.
would have punished them. Punished them.
The next time someone deserts, they will get punished. 'Cause we just lost too many this night.
I say we stake them, but while they're alive.
All right, so back to this map for a second. Let's see here. So, who do we got? So, I'm going to say these guys. I'm going to give one of their units to that other group there, so they have 7 again. But this group disappears. Whoosh, gone.
No.
They saw there were no consequences for deserting, and they decided if we don't have to fight in the war, we're not going to, and they left.
Good luck making it back 3 days to the town with no supplies, dumbasses.
Right?
Oh, you pussies!
Okay.
Fuck you!
And in addition to that, from, let's see, this unit, there were the 3 guys that had died of hypothermia, which means there's 4 in that unit, after shuffling around a little bit. All right. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and you're looking scarce over there.
Okay, so when you break camp in the morning and you do an accounting of heads and you realize that 9 men disappeared and 3 men died, what do you do?
We're going on crusade, boys.
I would say we make a sacrifice and kill one as an example.
How about a rousing speech instead?
That sounds like a terrible strategy. Why would you come up with that?
No. The army is looking for punishment. They want punishment to stay here. That's what they want.
Exactly. If they want bloodshed, we'll give them bloodshed. See, I like more thinking.
As
So-
much as I love heartwarming speeches.
So hold
that's
on.
not what I'm looking for.
Psychofrog is offering to break from the army and go catch them. Which is a total option. You can do that. He has tracking skills. He could go do it and then catch up with the army.
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
If it's just me and Daggermaw, we can scout, we can move ahead. We're not we have no penalties. If it's just me and Daggermaw, we have no movement penalties for rough terrain or difficult terrain or anything like that.
I mean, as long as you can catch back up with the army, I think that's an okay idea.
He moves fast by
Yeah.
himself. The army moves slow.
But what about
Yeah.
the rest of the people who are planning on deserting because they didn't see any punishment? I think we should still make a ritual sacrifice.
I mean, are you gonna
Well,
like
we
drag
can-
one of them back and like do something with them? public.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
well,
gonna
you
be
could.
the ones I catch
Um,
are gonna the ones I manage to drag back are gonna not be too
Uh,
happy.
make them lose a finger.
All right, well, hang on. One thing at a time. So, Varenza, you and Daggermaw hop down off your vehicle and head off into the desert. You're
Yeah, I hand the reins over to I don't know who can drive, who's
Do you,
got any
do
type of
you
animal handling.
do you need the cart to haul the person back?
I don't think we
That
should.
would
I don't know if I
probably
can
slow down.
move. I don't think I can use my ranger ability if I've got the cart.
No.
I don't think Ninja's gonna let me
to
get away
move
with
fast.
that.
You'd have to be
A
on foot.
mount, maybe. Maybe if I
I
had a
have
mount,
animal
but
handling. I can take the reins.
Caster, I don't
All
think
right.
we should cut a finger off. I think we should circumcise him.
Oh my god, that's even worse. Let's do it.
Yes. Public circumcision.
Oh man.
No
So,
anesthesia.
Daggermaw,
No anesthesia.
We're gonna cut
So
their dick
Ninja-
off.
so Brensa and Daggermaw are gonna go back into full kind of bounty hunter mode in that we are going to track and move stealthily at full speed
Okay.
across the desert wilderness with no I guess movement penalties.
Okay. I need
Because
several
But
rolls.
we do. I know.
First, I
what do you want
need a
first?
tracking roll.
All right, so that would be Daggermaw, and
Survival.
we get let's see. We normally have advantage to track. So we normally get advantage to
Stealth.
track them, but she already has advantage, so I get that advantage +1.
Actually, if you use your sensibility, you'd know exactly what direction they're in, wouldn't you?
I would know, but I wouldn't still be able to track them specifically. I'd know how far they are roughly, and the size of the group, how long ago they pass.
All right. Well, that'll get
that
you
sort of
very,
thing.
very close, and then you can make your tracking check.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I concentrate for a minute, and I basically know where they went,
Mhm.
as long as they're within 5 miles still.
All right. So what's the roll to find those tracks? Let's see your number.
All right. So once I get in the area, I guess we have to actually track. So let's see. So that would be 6 with advantage. So that would be +1. So it's 7. So 2d7. Come on, dice. 20.
All right. You find the tracks, and they'll lead you to a encampment, where after getting pretty far away from the army, they decided to park and eat some food that they smuggled away. And
All
that's
right,
when you sneak up on them. Let's see if any of them
so
notice.
stealth.
I'll roll a couple
So
perceptions.
let me do my stealth. So stealth is, let's see. I have
Oh, the
+5 to stealth. No, I have +7 to stealth. And I'm going to be rolling my side eye as well.
Oh, nice. I mean, I can also add. Was it that psionic knack?
You're not
thing that
there.
you add?
Nobody can help him. He's
No,
alone.
no. No, I know last thing I.
So
Like,
25 stealth.
Okay. One of them rolled a 19, but he doesn't notice you, even though he's on high alert.
So we're going to go and we're going to approach to, let's call it, let's see. My bow goes 400 feet. So let's say we're going to approach within about 250 feet of the encampment.
Mhm.
And how many are there at this particular camp?
9.
All right. Well, we're going to start plinking them off with advantage. So, let's see. First attack roll. I have +9 to hit and advantage. And just to give a good, nice fright to them, I'm going to take the -5 penalty to do the sniper shot.
Yeah.
take an ear of
So
each one.
14,
Hey,
I
killed
assume
all of
hits
them.
since they don't have any armor.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, let's see, D8 plus 4 plus 2 for being favorite enemy plus 10. So it's D8 plus 16 damage.
He dies.
He dies.
Outright. One shot.
I do it again, assuming they don't react yet.
Well, that was a surprise. I don't know. What's your
Yeah.
initiative?
My
Never mind.
initiative
They rolled a 2.
is plus 4.
You get another shot off before they
Okay.
react.
All right. Do it again.
He's over there eating a burger.
I mean, he really only needs to roll higher than a 2 for his rolls, right?
Pretty darn much. So 12, I assume hits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another one dead.
Yep.
Right through the eye.
So you killed 2
All right,
of the
they get a
9
chance to react.
deserters.
I don't know if they've spotted me yet or not. They're just arrows flying out of nowhere at this point.
Yep. Well, you revealed yourself when you started shooting at them, so they do know where you're at. They look around for cover, and they don't see any.
Nice.
One of
The
them...
problem
morale check fail. A couple of them put their hands up and surrender.
Good.
So what do you do?
Are any trying to run away?
Well, they realize that your bow can hit them if they run, and there's no cover anywhere, so they do not run.
The rest of them surrender. All right. So I tell the survivors to pick up the 2 dead ones and walk ahead of me back towards the army.
Okay, so it takes most of the day, but eventually you catch up to the army by hustling.
Yeah, I don't mind. Daggermaw and I have plenty of water. I do not mind running them ragged. If they pick up a couple levels of exhaustion, so much the better.
You're gonna parade them around the army and say, "This is what happens to deserters."
Pretty much while they're holding their dead comrades with both have arrows through heart head. Something vital right off the bat, basically.
What about the alive ones?
So, who's the overall leader of this? Would that be? I mean, I know we have influence, but who's the overall leader of the army?
Your leaders are right here on the wagon.
Ouch.
If you're talking about the Tarthani irregulars, that is Urvath.
Oh no, I don't care about his opinion.
Wow.
If you're
The
talking about the
overall-
lieutenants,
The
they
overall
are
army is
Styan,
Rikus.
Jasila, and Rikus. These are the leaders.
So I present my quarry, I should say, to the 3 leaders of the army. And I say, should we let the rest live? An example has been made.
Rikus recommends giving them all a public beating, but not executing.
How about we just
All right. Renzo's gonna grab her whip, a couple good lashes across the back.
All right.
Oh, you still have that whip.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
You're very experienced. I remember that thing very clearly now, Psycho Frog.
Oh, I forgot you were
I
overseer.
remember that, Psycho Frog. Thank you.
Renzo
very
does
much.
restrain herself because each whip normally would get like +6 just as a modifier.
Yeah, they only have 6 hit points, so every hit would kill one of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
She restrains herself and does non-lethal damage, just knocking each of them out with 1 whip each.
Okay, so you whip a couple of them into unconsciousness to teach a lesson to everybody.
And toss them in the wagon because obviously they can't walk. if they're
Or
unconscious.
did you do like all of them?
Oh no, they each got whipped unconscious and tossed in the back of the wagon.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh man, I didn't
Well, at least we
well.
got
I guess I have to
7
make
of
a
them,
good
right?
berries now.
get all right, guys. I'm
So they're
gonna.
not. I did non-lethal, so they aren't dying or even having to do checks. They're
You leave-
0 HP.
You leaving, Caster?
I'm gonna
Yeah, but they
That's
still have
No,
like
no,
0
I'm not
HP or
I
something.
said, wow, wrong person. I said I have to go now, guys.
Oh,
I'll
see ya,
talk
said
to you
that.
guys
If they're 0 HP from non-lethal, I think they're just instantly stabilized.
It's
I
hard
think
to
that's
hear
how
when
it works.
people are
Yeah.
talking over each other a lot. But yeah, all right. See ya, see ya.
I see it. Oh, he's gone already.
Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would just use a good berry. It can make 10 good berries,
Mm.
so I just give them the good berries.
All right.
Yeah, every time we set up camp, I'm doing all my good berries so that I rest up and have full.
So Brenta will grab the reins back of the cart, dust her hands off, and say, "Well, that was a good day's work. I was afraid I might be getting rusty."
I give you and Dagger Mob one of the 3 extra good berries, and I'll eat the other one. Tasty
Oh, well,
berries.
thank you. Tasty berries.
Boys, let's
I
go.
think that might dissuade other people from running away if they know that they're just gonna get caught.
Yeah. Also, during the night, since I only need like 4 hours to sleep, I'll be on extra high alert just to make sure whoever leaves, I will notify you. I am not good at tracking.
I think Ninja's plotting his next moves.
Yeah, there's
I
a
hear
thing
the
here. I'm
gears
just sort
turning.
of glossing over what it is and how I'm supposed to handle this. A thing happens. It's probably gonna.
Yeah.
That's how you say that. A thing happens.
It's probably gonna trigger Vrence's detection effect. You detect some humanoids that are 2 hours through the Rocky Badlands.
Knowing that, it's probably we all getting closer and
Does
closer to the fort.
Okay.
does your detection thing tell you approximately how many? Like if it's a large
Oh
group or
yeah,
small
I
group?
get their numbers. Let's see, hold on. I get their distance, general direction, and number
Okay.
of them.
How many does he sense?
We all getting close to the at the map. We all getting close to the fort, right? So it's probably the people at the fort, but just in case it isn't, we
Well,
should.
he said they're in the Rocky area. Where's the Rocky area? Is it in a different direction of the fort?
Yeah, I don't have the map on me, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was more of a question to the DM than you.
Yeah.
Everybody, just give a moment of silence for Ninja.
Okay.
So I can figure some stuff out.
Yeah, I'm just not too sure
Yeah.
how to handle this because
It's hard to surprise us in the overland.
So
I mean, in
Plus,
theory,
there's
if
a
they
lot of
waited
sand
till
dunes.
15.
if they attacked in the middle of the night,
You
While
detect
we're waiting.
15 creatures a couple hours march from your army.
I say we send a detachment to see what they are.
So you haven't gotten there
Could
yet.
be-
You have forewarning.
You said 2 hours
I-
away.
Yeah, they're pretty far because you got tons of early warning.
there's 15 of them.
And there are 15
I
warm
say we
bodies.
ask. I say we ask Vic Wenzer if he wants to get if his gladiators want to get in some early target practice.
Yeah, you could send the
We've got
gladiators.
some potential ambushers.
Create your away party. Quick Wenzer in charge. Who's going with him?
Let's take. Is everybody going, or does anyone want to stay behind?
I could go
Uh,
just in case these aren't enemies and they just need to be talked to.
Well, yeah, we're not.
if it
We're
does turn
assuming they're in
into
an
a
ambush.
combat, yeah, if it does turn to a combat, I want to shove Quick Wenzer.
And we'll let him bring however many gladiators he approves of. I assume he doesn't want to bring everybody and leave the place unguarded.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Well, we don't want to split up too far away from the rest of the army. We're just like if
No,
it gets
I was
close
saying-
enough that we want to like.
Well,
Yeah.
they're 2 hours away. So if we move a half hour in their direction till we find a nice place to set our counter ambush, right? They'll have advanced
Yeah.
a half hour as well.
Can
That
you
gives us
tell
an
if they're
hour.
moving towards us too? Like, are they like getting closer and closer?
No. You guys were
Okay.
getting closer to them.
Okay.
We're getting closer to them.
But it seems
So
like
they're
they're
not
along our
moving.
path. Okay.
So I say we move till we're, let's say, a half hour to an hour
Are you just gathering
away
all of
from
like the
them.
unnamed gladiators?
So let's go and
you worked with the army. Are there any special markings on their armor that they would have?
You haven't seen them?
who? No, I can just. This is like the little ranger radar thing going. I have my primal senses are tingling.
Vrenta
I know- I
senses
know,
15
I'm-
enemies
what I'm
somewhere in
saying-
the desert.
Right, but
Well, you don't
what,
know if they're
what I'm
hostile
saying,
though. They're just
Yeah, I
human.
just happen to
Yeah.
know. I just happen to know they're my favorite enemy, and they're humanoids.
right, but what I'm saying is, if this is an advanced scouting group of Urukites, if there are any distinguishing marks on them that we can tell the gladiators who are going to investigate this group of humanoids,
Well, it seems
Oh,
like
Brent's going with.
you're all going with, right? Party has to stay
Well,
together.
Brenta and Mord are going with. I don't know if anybody else is staying.
Now, I told you guys, anything that happens has to happen as a party. So
All right.
yeah,
if one goes, you all go.
The army can take care of itself.
So let's go within, let's say, a half hour, or like where we're outside spotting distance, we're still a mile or two away, and then we'll detach and advance as stealthily as possible.
Quick Windsor pick this many gladiators. That way you will outnumber them.
All right. So, do you think a half hour away is too close, or we should do an hour away?
That seems fine. Are we gonna have the caravan kind of stop, or just?
Yeah, we'll
continue
have the
moving while
caravan
we go
stop.
on? Okay.
We'll have them stop at a half hour outside of where we think they're at, and then we'll advance ahead and try to catch this group of possible ambushers off guard.
Hmm.
Do
What do you
we
guys
need to
think?
wait for something to happen, or are we? Like, will they see us if we approach at half an hour and then do we just do that and then we roll? Asking to the ninja.
So long as we're not full on sprinting and kicking up dust, we should be able to make a rather stealthy approach.
Some of the gladiators are not very stealthy.
Yeah.
Wasn't Quick Windsor like stealthiest before?
He is, but I mean, this dwarf, this barbarian, no.
Well, as long
It's
as
okay, I'm
we
a barbarian.
stay. Don't. Hey, Diamond, do you still have was it Pass Without a Trace?
I'm the
prep?
one that has that.
Oh, you're the one that has that. More.
Yeah.
I guess cast down everyone. Plus
Bring
them.
us some shadows.
Pass without a trace. I don't remember if that has a limit on how many people I can put that on.
You can pull
30-foot radius, and I believe it lasts a couple hours. So if we get within a half hour of them,
It
cast
lasts
it.
up to 1 hour. Yeah, so
Okay,
if we're in half an hour, I could do that. Yeah, and everyone just kind of stays
Yeah.
huddled close together, kind of crouching, sneaking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like, no, we could do that.
So should I roll?
And even the less stealthy become pretty darn stealthy with a +10 modifier.
Should we
I
roll?
pull out some ashes from my component pouch, and I will sprinkle them all over
It is a 36 for my stealth.
Pretty good.
and cast them into the desert winds, and we will all, all our shadows melt into the desert sand, and then we become extra stealthy.
Yes. Good taste.
Hey, hey Ninja, could we get some Sahara background music?
Yeah, I had some desert wind going, but it ran out. Give me a moment.
The wind ran out.
Yeah, it's only like an hour.
Mm.
Some of these ambient tracks are like 10 hours long, but this one's just an hour. Windy desert, immersive, realistic, relaxing, heat, sand, calm.
Sooner or later, it's gonna be a bloodshed.
Holy shit, my browser is lagging hard. Why? Why are you lagging?
Too much of a load on the RAM.
Well, better we play Swam then.
I mean, I only have 8 tabs open. Come on.
I have 13.
Wow, it's already past 11 already.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's good. I'm running out of stuff that I have prepared.
Should we call it tonight then?
I mean, we are missing some people. Krios hasn't even gotten here yet.
I mean, we can set the stage and then start the combat at the beginning of next session.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if there is even combat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming there is, but you never know.
I mean, it could be a group of nomads, like my own
Yep.
people.
Or it could be a group of Trikreen, and this is when Mob joins us.
Oh, that's also a perfect way.
Or they're holding a Trikreen Ranger in their midst, and that's how Mob joins us.
Yeah.
We have to rescue the hostage, who happens to be our friend, our new friend.
Ah, yes. So we're calling it a night. You're calling it a night, right?
Well, I'm still setting up the
Sure, I
little
think.
encounter.
Oh, alright.
I'm getting the battle map, which I prepared earlier. I'm going to put it on a token and spawn it onto the table here.
It's just gonna have maps new character in it.
Alright, let me drop this custom map in. Like so. And import.
Yes, I would like to make a 9th level spell school.
Alright, here we go. Dry Gulch. This is that map I prepared earlier.
Ah.
Shit. It is white for me. Shit.
Just a sec, it might load.
Ouch. There we go.
There's some broken ground.
Dry
Brush.
Gully, brush. Ooh, there's
The
actual
pink
plants here.
spaces.
I think those are elevation markers, so those are probably little hilltops or like little
Oh, okay.
dunes or something.
Dunes, yeah.
My guess are those are topographical. That or they're down. I can't, depending on his key, they're either depressions or elevation.
Okay, so I'll give you like the little guide. So this sand count as not rough terrain, regular ground. The broken ground is rough terrain. The
Alright.
darker brown areas, this is a cliff. It says cliff here, and the elevation
Okay.
is each line is like 10 feet, I think. So 10 feet up here, and then maybe an additional 10 feet up here, and then an additional 10 feet up onto the upper peak here. So this is like 30 feet high looking down, and this is 20 feet, and this is like, yeah, maybe that's only 10 feet. I'm not sure. So 10 feet going up to here,
Alright.
and then onto this plateau, and another 10 up to here. So there's also some patches of plants here, here, and here, and each one of these is silt. It's not exactly quicksand. It's similar to a shallow pool of water, maybe waist deep. However, it counts as rough terrain.
Oh.
It slows you down. You can drown in it, things like that.
So
The-
basically, ponds made of dust.
Yeah, the Dry Gulch itself is a small depression where when there is a stream, a little flash flood runs through here, but it rains so rarely that it's completely dry right now. And it's only about a 5-foot depression.
Oh, we should
Okay.
probably not go in there then. God, no.
Imagine the tsunami spell going down this dry gulch. So we're approaching from that end. Do you want to resize the grid?
It's
assume.
got a drawn-on grid. I'm going to project a grid that's much smaller onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's off limits, Psycho. unfortunately.
Oh, I assume tsunami, because just the sheer amount of water it generated would be a off limits. Or, I mean, alternatively, you just make it salt water so you can't actually cheat the drinking water requirements.
Some spells that are
Even
water
salt
related can
water
be
can
converted
be-
into a silt spell instead.
Whose phone keeps buzzing? Is that
I
my
know,
phone?
It's been going on all night.
That's probably mine. I apologize.
Can I drown people in silt?
Yes.
Can I become Gar of the desert?
Yes.
I guess since we're gonna call it a night, I gotta go.
You're really tired, aren't you? I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
You're like, let me sleep.
Yeah.
Oh God, let me sleep.
Go on, Kester. We'll set up the combat. We won't start it till next week. Or we'll set up the encounter, I should say. How about
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Set
dude.
up the encounter.
Alright. Yeah.
Is that 52?
15 Githyanki.
Well, everybody.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Githyanki. Those are usually not friendly guys.
They were going to ambush you, but instead you're going to ambush them. You became aware of them
Oh.
long before they had a chance to become aware of your caravan. What was going to happen, if you hadn't used your ability, was that the caravan would continue forward. They would see the smoke of your passage on the horizon. They would follow you parallel while stealthing or invisible. And from that position, they would set up an ambush point up ahead of you, and they would have ambushed the shit out of your caravan, but they would have picked a weaker flank with a few people that they could catch for the purposes of eating. However, instead what happened is you detected their camp before they had any chance to detect you, and so you're going to be able to sneak up on their encampment without their
Oh,
knowledge.
so they're still camping out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still
They
camped.
weren't counting on. They were not counting on Ranger radar for humanoids.
Yeah. And they'll probably have supplies we can take back to the caravan.
Yeah, yeah.
Weapons, armor,
Let's see.
food, water.
In the high level of racism that exists on Athos, I guess everybody hates Githyanki. Gith.
Probably.
What are
And they eat
Githyanki?
people.
Are they're like elves?
They're humans that got twisted by that had moved to the astral plane somehow, and they lived there for generations and got twisted by some dark god.
Don't you mean
into
the
these-
Illithids?
Nope, Githyanki. Gith.
No. I'm saying
Yeah.
their minds were twisted by the Illithids, or the Mind Flayers,
Was
as
it-
they are otherwise known as.
It might be, yeah. I couldn't remember. I remember that they were on the astral plane. They're like pretty
No, it
big
wasn't
in
the
like the
Astral
stealth.
Plane. It was the Underdark.
Was it the Underdark?
Yes.
Because they play a big role in the Spelljammer type of
Baldur's
stuff.
Gate. Yeah.
You can play as a Githyanki in that new Baldur's Gate game.
Can you?
Yep, one of the main characters is
I
a
believe-
Githyanki warrior.
I believe their society is generally like lawful or neutral evil.
Well, let's see. It's the Githyanki who oppose the Mind Flayers, and the Githzerai who are still enslaved by them. But willfully enslaved, I guess you.
Gully is like a indented sort of like a river, right?
Yeah, it's whenever there's rain, a flash flood runs through here, and this turns into a little stream. And right now it's completely dry, so it's just a 5-foot depression into the ground. A dry riverbed.
You can use that
So-
to ambush them and get close.
According to D&D Wiki, we're both sort of right. They were enslaved by mind flayers and got psionic abilities, but they did originate from the astral plane.
Okay.
So we're both right.
Kind of start them a little
So-
further away from you. That way you have a
So
chance to
these
sneak
guys
in.
must have gotten
You can stealth
isolated
the gully,
on
go over
Athos.
here, and then pop out and start we can pop out from about here and start taking out the ones closest to us, reduce their numbers, and finish off the rest of them.
Oh, I like this. So my bow reaches the whole map.
Damn.
That works.
Wait, does it get adjusted for like the
Nope.
grid size?
No. I think
Yeah,
the
you
grid
can-
size, yeah, I think the grid size is automatically adjusted because look, it's like, let's see.
The little counter thing of when you move your characters in the little circle thingy with the number, it does, at least it's accurate for this size.
But yeah, see, look, that's 3 squares away from me, and that's 15 feet.
You can
Okay,
be
that's
good.
you can
5
be
squares,
a
25.
blind sniper, just taking out targets left and right while the front
Yeah.
line deals with the bulk.
Okay,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
still have to have like decent positioning, so you're not like, I don't know, having cover or something. Or I guess you ignore cover, don't you?
I ignore cover and I ignore range modifiers, and I have that special, like, sniper shot ability. It's kind of an OP feat if you decide to play a bow class.
But it does take up your like feet slots, right?
Yeah, it is my one and only feat.
Oh.
I kind of built my character around it.
Yeah, I took like a skill specialization or something where I got an extra skill and then proficiency with a skill that I don't have proficiency with, or expertise in a skill that I do have proficiency with.
You know what's another great skill or feat? Prodigy. If you happen to play a human or a half elf.
That's the one that
Well,
gives
I'm
you a
immune
skill,
to-
a language, and a tool, right?
I think it's like 3 skills, a language, and a tool. Let's see.
That's even better.
Let me see. Prodigy. It's from Xanathar. So you have to be a human, half orc, or half elf. You gain. No, you were right. You're right. It's 1 skill, 1 tool, and 1 language. You also pick a skill that you already have proficiency with and gain expertise in that ability.
Expertise
But
is
you
good.
can't double stack. But you can't double stack. So you can't gain proficiency from Prodigy and then immediately gain expertise in it as well. It has to
Well.
be a proficiency that you already had from another source.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
so
UNT, so I got the next best thing.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying it's like if you're looking for a lot of bang for your buck, like Prodigy is another good one if you happen to be human or partially human. I guess in this setting, you might even never mind. I don't know if there's any other half human races
Half giant.
in Athos. Half giant. Would
They
half
were-
giants get it then, since half humans get? Well,
Maybe.
I don't expect anybody to think of. Is there such a thing as a half giant prodigy?
Quick answer.
Fair enough.
He's a prodigy of bashing skulls in.
Yeah, I bet you he
Athletics
put
is
all
a thing.
of those spells. Yeah, I was gonna say intimidation, athletics. There's non-cerebral skills. I can't wait to test out Daggermaw's new ability.
What's his ability?
So if Daggermaw can see me when I use my attack action, she can use her reaction to
To also
do
attack.
an attack. Yeah, to also attack. So basically, Daggermaw can now attack twice a turn, as long as she can still see me.
Dagger Maw is now part of the K9 unit.
Yeah, yeah. She's you ever? I don't know if you've ever heard of how sometimes cops refer to their canine units as fur missiles, but she's I guess the equivalent.
Isn't she a scaly?
She is scaly. That's why I didn't call her fur missile.
Have you ever
She's
seen
like
one of
that.
those dog
The- the-
holsters? Those things are hilarious.
Dog
Wait, what?
holster?
Yeah, it's a dog holster. So like a cop that has a canine unit can actually like put his entire dog into this pouch that he slings over his shoulder, so that when he breaches with his machine gun, he's carrying his dog with him.
And isn't going to accidentally hit the dog.
Right.
They do it for certain other things like vertical descents as well, like if they're like fast roping out of a helicopter
That
with
must
the
be
dog.
cool. The dog doesn't freak out or
You
anything.
have to
huh?
be. Well, I assume you've got to be
They're
pretty
highly
freaking
trained.
strong and not only fast rope with your own body weight, but also carrying an 80-pound dog on your back.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
I just looked up an image of it. It looks interesting.
Well, I mean, people technically have dog holsters for their very smaller dogs too, if you think about it.
Yeah, like a fucking Chihuahua or something, or like those little, what are they, Pomeranian dogs or something? Not a like what are those? I was gonna say like Bloodhound or not Greyhounds, but
French
German
bullpups.
Shepherds. It's like German Shepherds.
There's also French bulldogs too. Those are pretty small dogs. And
I
they're
just found a.
as hell too. If
I
if
just
only it
found
wasn't
a.
for- You first.
Here's a video of a fast roping military dog.
That sounds
With
awesome.
his dog.
Fast roping military dog.
So it is. It looks hilarious and very unwieldy, but I bet you in the right situation, it's really useful.
The dog's head just goes between his legs. The
I
dog
guess you
looks
have to
like it's
trust your
having
dog.
fun. It's like, wee.
Right?
What do you think?
I mean, what's each-
I know we're going to assault these Githyanki, but what do you think the odds are we could persuade the survivors of the assault to join our side? You know, because they're looking for something to eat, right? They're looking for people to eat. We tell them, hey, we're going off to fight a huge battle. You'll have plenty of people to eat.
I don't think our army's morale would be too keen on us inviting what are effectively cannibals along to eat the spoils of the
Yeah.
war. I would advise against it. In fact, I'm pretty sure Vrenza would be against that idea just from start to finish because that's just nasty.
Also,
yeah.
just like logistically speaking, or not logistically speaking, but like logically speaking, like I don't see how likely they would want to join us after we slaughter a bunch of their friends. I don't know, camp buddies, whatever, companions, compatriots. Yeah, I don't know
Family.
how keen
I
they
mean-
would be on that.
Odds are this is like a tribe or a family group, so these are probably all related to each other.
Yeah. It would just be like, fuck you, you killed my cousin, my brother.
Yeah, right?
I wonder how much
it was
people would
just
know
an
about the
idea I was putting
Gith,
out there.
just in average.
They eat people, they're evil, they're psionic. I mean,
Oh yeah,
they-
those
they're
psionics. We're definitely gonna have to worry about those psionics.
Gith are the descendants of the
Sure.
Githyanki. In a bid to conquer Athos, they create various strongholds that could only be accessed via plane shift spells. In a coordinated attack, the Gith Zerai managed to activate a psionic super weapon. The end result was that the Githyanki's minds were so scarred that they forgot who they were and their psionic abilities were severely damaged, and thus Gith were born. The Gith live in tribal organizations. The individual with the most powerful psionics generally acts as the leader. All other social positions are distributed at his pleasure. Mountain Gith live in underground lairs, claiming a particular canyon or valley as their territory. Gith inhabiting the tablelands tend to organize their societies more along the lines of a nomadic hunting clan. That would be them. Going wherever the game takes them. That would be you. They do not hesitate to attack humans or demi-human groups. So yeah, you would know Gith are bad news, and you got the drop on them before they could get the drop on you. So the gladiators are
Yeah.
down for a fight.
And this is a pretty just, and fair target to go kind of all out on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
and it was
remind them this
definitely-
is not a kill or be killed. This is a kill or be eaten. These guys are fucking savages.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and we're preventing a future ambush from happening to the entire army. So this is actually saving a lot of units.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
if they got the
gladiators
drop,
can probably go toe to toe.
if they got the drop on your
Oh, go.
irregulars, they would definitely do some damage.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. The regulars are there to soak up hits for the main battle,
Right.
not now.
Not get eaten by a bunch of Gith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it? 11:36. We had a pretty good run. I will save the map here. We are short on players, but we'll pick this up next week, and hopefully
When
Mob will be
was
with us.
this? Just question. Was this happening the same day that we brought back those deserters back?
Yes.
Okay. Because I used the spell to like heal them. Just
Yeah.
wondering if I have the spell slot.
Yeah.
That probably happened in
Good
the
to know.
morning. This happens in the afternoon.
Good to know.
This has to be about halfway through
Yeah.
your day because you haven't the army hasn't moved up enough that the Gith would have attacked them. So they're still like halfway on this route for this day.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't burn any spell slots trekking, getting
This could be a tough fight. If you
It's
remember
definitely
the
conservative.
the Gith from the Gladiator big games, they were fairly tough, even though they were getting knocked around a bit by the Gaj.
Yes, but we have a secret weapon, Ninja.
Yeah.
It's called Fear Tactics.
All right.
Beer tactics?
Yes, I
Fear
have my Drake Starry form.
Right.
Oh.
Slowly
I forget.
saving the game.
Isn't there a spell? Isn't there a spell throw voice or something?
Ventriloquism.
Yeah. Do you think a druid would be able to tap into ventriloquism?
I don't know. I'm not sure that's still
I
a
mean,
5e
it
spell.
would be a great thing.
I know it's a
because then-
3rd edition spell.
Ah. But I guess I won't be able to use it. Because I was thinking, I know that my form is going to change, but that doesn't exactly mean that my range of vocals is going to change with it. So I was thinking ventriloquism to kind of throw my voice to the same height as where my Drake's maw would be.
If we go to the 3rd edition spell, you can see what that did. 3rd edition said, you can make your voice or any sound that you can normally make vocally seem to issue from someplace else. You have to cast it within, I don't know, like 30 feet, something like that. It can last for up to a minute with concentration, and it takes an action. It's verbal and F. What is F? A parchment rolled up into a small cone. So you need a piece of paper. Yeah, I guess you do like the little where you roll it up into a. Yeah, what would you call that? To enhance the volume of your voice. Like a loudspeaker?
Kind of like a yeah, kind of, I guess.
No, there's definitely a word for that thing, like the cone that you speak into and it amplifies your voice. I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm talking about. So you need a little piece of parchment that you roll up and you shout into, and it makes your voice come out of somebody else. It's Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard, so I don't think you'd be able to do that one. Not a druid spell.
But we know somebody who can.
Yeah, I'd allow a druid to do that spell. Druids can pick from the whole spell list, right? They don't have a selection of spells.
They're like clerics, yeah.
they
Okay.
they only need to prepare the spells that they're going to use on a daily. Yes.
I'd allow it. Yeah, if you're a druid and you want to use the ventriloquism spell, I'd allow it. Even though it's third edition.
I can basically roar as an actual Drake.
It is a first level spell though, so make sure you spend a spell slot if you cast it.
I'll
Did
make
they
sure to
not
keep
carry that? Did they not carry ventriloquism over?
Nope, they did not.
Huh.
I think it's like minor illusion or something that you can use the speaking thing from. There's either that or thaumaturge.
Thaumaturgy.
No, it's minor. It is. Yeah, it's They replaced it with the cantrip minor illusion, and so minor illusion can make sound or an image. It can't do both, and it can be as loud as a scream. So basically, you can make a lion type of roar kind of thing. Or I would assume a Drake's roar would probably be on par with a lion roar.
Bard, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. Same restrictions.
Yeah, it's definitely feels like it's minor illusions, more arcane magic.
Yeah, like I said, we know somebody who can use it because they're a bard.
Soul could do it.
Yeah,
Well, hang on.
if
That's
he
arcane
learned the
magic.
ability.
You'd have to learn it. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have to choose it as one of his cantrips.
Anyway, I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land. Hope you join us again next Wednesday. We might have a new player who's playing a Kreen. Looking forward to that. We didn't have any Thri-Kreen players initially, but I was really hoping somebody would pick the weird races like Thri-Kreen and Half Giant. So I'm looking forward to Mob popping in with his Thri-Kreen, I think he said Druid.
Hey, I have a weird race.
Yeah, you count. You look human.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a weird race, but it's not a totally alien race like a Thri-Kreen is. We got a viewer. Toe Rope says, watch time. Thanks for watching.